Going live. We are now live.
Hello, everyone.
Here's something two things actually I thought about recently. First of all, imagine you're the CIA or something, or the NSA, one of these organizations, and there's like a public figure or a politician or a journalist that's become a danger to your organization. What do you do to get rid of them? Because if you murder them, people will just get suspicious. Well, what you do
I think all those rings that are like conspiracy theory actually protect the CIA because no one ever
what you
believes them.
do in that case is you put child pornography on their computers and tap your guys at the FBI. Because then their entire credibility is ruined and you didn't even have to murder them.
Then before you know it, they commit suicide via 2 gunshots to the back of the head.
Yes.
Gang, like a real man.
Also, the other thing that I realized is that Las Vegas is a brutally underutilized setting for Shadowrun. It's like it's the area where Shadowrun has been a thing for 60 years.
Oh, dude, Vegas is fucking insane. I was just there a couple months ago. It's fucking whack.
Today, by the way, we are drinking this. Arroz con leche white stout is a beer from Barcelona. Which is supposed to be, I think you Americans call it rice pudding.
What?
I'm curious as to how this will taste. This is one of the best beers I have ever had in my mouth. It actually feels like rice pudding a bit.
Oh.
And it smells like it a little bit, and it even has some taste notes of it. But it's clearly beer, and it's good beer. Well, there is a Vegas setting book, but I've just never even heard of anyone playing Vegas ever.
Why do I get the feeling I've heard of that?
No, I talked about this beer last week because I didn't buy it, but I got it today.
I'm gonna copy this from.
This is some good ass shit. Holy fuck.
That's from General, but.
Okay, that's the thing from General. I'm gonna look up Koikatsu right now. It sounds.
I say I think I've heard of that, and it's like, why do
Okay, yeah, no, I see what this is. Already, I see exactly what this is. When I meant I don't want it to be stylized, I meant I don't want an anime girl character generator specialized for traps that costs 50 euros and isn't even available if you're not logged into Steam.
Why? Why did I think I heard of that?
This is really
I'm kind of
good.
salty today.
Why are you salty today, my man?
Playing Empire at War with a mod, very good mod, but I got about halfway through my current run, as it were, like this current save, and then I crashed to desktop.
That's
So
actually pretty salt-worthy, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be salty at that also.
It reminds me of back in old days with red and blue Pokemon where you forgot to save after defeat like 7G.
Yeah, my boys, we fucking Amsterdam meetup. Probably none of you are coming, right? No, actually,
Dude, that is incorrect.
and Fesh is coming.
Yeah.
I'd love to come, but you know I'm in America.
As someone who voted to leave the EU, I believe it would be fucking stupid for me to go to the EU at like last 5 minutes.
I mean, hey man. Again, I found a plane ticket for $200 there. So like, you know.
I'm sorry, you found a plane ticket from the Midwest to Amsterdam for $200.
Well, it's from JFK, but like I don't live that far from New York. So, yeah, basically.
I tried to get a plane ticket for next year from like Hamburg to California,
Hmm.
like with I think 5 layovers,
Yeah.
and it was like $2,000.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, no, I just go for the
I mean,
Super
there and
budget
back,
airlines.
there and back, so really 1,000 per, but you know.
because like I think I'm using Norwegian, right? Yeah, out of the UK. And, like that shit was like $200 for a really shitty plane ticket, but it's just it's only $200.
I actually like flying Norwegian Air. They're pretty nice.
All right. I was gonna do WoW, but then they went under, so like I had to find something
You
else.
want to find a plane through WoW?
I was going to, yeah. I was going to use WoW.
It's the Blizzard plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Recently, there's been WoW Classic where the stewardesses actually look hot and wear skimpy clothes, and there's still food on the flight.
I don't ever get that from WoW. WoW's art style is the reason I avoided it.
Well, no, to get the plane ticket, I had to do a repetitive task about 50 times in order to like unlock it. Yeah. No, but I thought I got a good deal on that ticket. Problem was I fucked up. I got a ticket from Cleveland to JFK because I was going to take the Greyhound, but then I was like, fuck it. So my plane ticket to Amsterdam was at 12:05 a.m. So I bought a plane ticket at 7:30 a.m. because I thought that 7:30 was before 12:05 a.m. But 12:05 a.m. happens before 7:30 a.m. And now I'm kind of hip with the 24-hour clock because that shit was fucking dumb, and I had a mini heart attack because I'm like, shit, I got to get a new plane ticket. So the plane's already left when I get there. So yeah,
that is pretty dumb.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. It's okay. I talked to a guy on the phone that worked there, and he understood my plight, so he just changed my ticket. He's like, even though this isn't non-refundable and movable.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. So that was cool. Crisis averted.
Actually, but flying in Europe is pretty damn cheap. It's
yeah, there's EasyJet and shit, right?
Yeah, EasyJet, Eurowings.
If you want to get lost in the middle of Bermuda,
I'm fine with that.
Ryanair.
It's adventure right there.
Just genuinely, there's so many good airlines in Europe that just get you around. I got my flight to Mallorca and back this year was I think
fucking
$100. That was what I paid for 2 flights.
Yeah, no. Flying inside the United States is not like that. It is expensive.
I've never actually been on a plane.
Oh, dude. It's not anything. It's boring, if anything, honestly.
I like it.
Depends what plane you're flying. I mean, if you're flying commercial, then yeah, it's boring. If you're in F-14, no, it's not.
Well, of course, yeah. If I'm in a Warthog or some shit,
I am actually somewhat raised eyebrow to a Top Gun's sequel. I'm curious where they're gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Top Gun.
Never seen it.
But the Top Gun, more like
show
bottom sword.
Got him.
But yeah, my parents are like, oh yeah, it'd be better to just drive 14 hours to Sydney than catch a plane, right?
Oh yeah, dude, I get it.
Australia even, Jesus, how do you survive in Australia without having a private plane?
Well,
you just go for a walkabout.
Speaking of that, being in a car for over 30 hours is quite an experience. I think everybody should do it once. I have patience of the fucking Dalai Lama now.
The north of England.
Yeah, no, driving from the Grand Canyon to Cleveland, Ohio, all the way is quite a fucking experience. Going from basically diagonally across the United States, it was hell.
From the Loch Ness to London is probably less than 30 hours.
That's insane.
It is definitely less than 30 hours.
Yeah.
Let me check how long it would take to go from the northernmost point of the United Kingdom to the southernmost point of the United Kingdom.
But yeah, seeing the sunset and the sunrise twice while you're in a car is not fun.
Yeah, no.
Let's see.
I could not stand 14 hours.
Porthcurno.
And that's only halfway. 14 would be less than halfway.
To
I
to
hate
Duncan's behead. What the fuck? No, you
And
dumb idiot.
and the worst
God
part was
damn
the
it.
car. The car that we had a small ass engine, and you couldn't push it over 80. So like we weren't going like 130 that we'd normally be doing to get home. We had to go like the speed limit the entire time because of the shitty fucking car we brought.
Yikes.
Fuck you, Honda CRVs.
Is that in miles per hour?
Yeah, 80 miles per hour. Yeah.
It's like 15 hours to go from one end of the UK to the other. Of
And
Britain.
we weren't even going from end to end of the United States. We were going from somewhere in the middle to somewhere in the middle.
Yes, America is big. This is
Yeah,
why
I know.
it doesn't really work.
Fucking crazy, dude. But like, no, it's not that just it's big. Like, even
You
someone
could
that lives
separate
here,
America into 3 distinct countries, and it would actually run more administratively better. And that'd be
But-
like
but-
the California region, New York region, and Texas region.
I don't know about
Entirely
that.
sure that's true, but
Let's
let's see.
There's a whole also other part of there's the Midwest and like a bunch of other shit that doesn't
the
fall under
main
any
theory.
of that. Yeah.
The main theory is it would be like 5 different areas, like the Rust Belt, the Midwest, the Far West, the Eastern Seaboard, and then Texas.
I think well that would be like
Ooh.
the Southwest, right?
Yeah.
It would apparently take 46 hours to drive from Brisbane to Perth.
That's crazy.
It would take 57 hours to drive from Tarifa in Spain to Vardø in Norway, which is like the southernmost and the not northernmost but farthest away-most point of that.
How
in
the
Europe.
fuck are bunny girls like any different to cat like neckos, cat girls?
Here, let me.
They are
not
to me
entirely
they're
sure.
equivalent.
Well, the stereotype is one is inherently more horny than the other.
How so? Though?
Well, you never heard the.
Well,
whole
the
stereotype
difference
of-
between bunnies and cats is that bunnies are bunnies and cats are fucking cats. But yeah, that is true. Playboy is essentially just furry porn. Hugh Hefner is a furry, confirmed.
Like it's the same sort of no.
How the fuck did they make
neck.
this? This is really good. Nah, they're not on Twitter, they're just on Facebook. I don't give a shit about Facebook. This is insane. It is insane how good this beer is. Genuinely. And I have some other weird beers still.
I've also never actually done an alcohol.
You're
That
Australian?
Yeah,
You don't drink?
apparently.
I don't go to pubs.
That's
I'm
weird.
British.
listen, Victoria Bitter doesn't count.
You gotta save me some money.
Alright.
Stay hydrated.
Where in Australia do you live?
Queensland, Brisbane right now.
That's the one where it rains.
Not really.
Okay, I might be mistaken about this.
So like
Yeah.
how is it exiting your home and then getting like sharpened boomerangs thrown at you and people trying to fight over guzzling in your small tribe? How is that?
Oh no, that's
Australia,
yeah,
then.
that's how it was back in Gympie.
Mm-hmm.
But also like I lived in the suburb of Gympie, so I had to drive for 15 minutes before I ran into anyone else.
All right. Before
But,
you
yeah, what
ran
I
into
did-
some like leather-clad like biker people with like people chained up in the back and shit.
Oh, it's just south of the
Yeah,
region
that
where it
got
rains a
dangerous.
bunch. I hear from like weather people. I checked the area of Australia that gets the most rain, and apparently it's the area near the Great Barrier Reef, especially Cairns.
Oh yeah, rip the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah, that too. But that area apparently gets the most rain, and so that's why I'm interested in it. Also, it's
Fuck,
6 a.m. where
born
you
in
live,
Cairns.
motherfucker. Why are you here?
Yeah. Because I'm sick of missing all the other 6 a.m. ones.
That's true.
So I was at Macca's at 2 a.m. I saw the notification for like, oh, live in 4 hours. I'm like, fuck it, why not?
Oh, this is
Shit, I
nice.
set an alarm to get up on time for these streams, so.
Yeah, it's like no one because if they're too late, I'll just be completely catatonic here.
Yeah, I was actually born in Cairns.
Yes.
Apparently, it was a really shit place to live.
Is it?
I don't
Why
know.
is that?
A long time ago, I asked my parents why we moved. They said it was the bugs, just the hundreds and hundreds of bugs.
Hmm. Yeah, it does not sound fun.
I want to live in Melbourne. I'd like to move to Melbourne.
I'd like to move to Kuwait, but it's a different dimension entirely.
Shitload of
Melbourne isn't
land
even
in the
a real
middle of the
state.
northern territory. Or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah.
I want to move to Finland, but I hear there's a 50-50 chance whether or not it exists.
Do people in Australia
Better
check
than
the inside of their shoes before they put them on?
Depends where you live, and if you leave your shoes outside, good idea. If you leave them inside, it should be fine.
That is, I love the fact that I thought this was an urban myth, but it's actually true.
No, I haven't done it so much, but like when I yeah, because for the last couple of years I've been like leaving my shoes inside, or they were like on the deck, which was raised up, so I didn't have to really worry about that. But when I was in this other place, yeah, we had always checked our shoes.
Oh, Kuwait, actually, I used to play Star Wars Combine, and my character was from Kuwait.
Oh, nice.
I mean, there's a lot of
Kuwait
places in the
Drive
United-
Yards, the central location where they make Star Destroyers.
There's a lot of places even around here that you'd have to do that. Like when we were camping down in Arizona, like there was fucking camel spiders in my shoes, which was not fun finding one of those fuckers in there.
That's why I love Europe. We have plenty of beautiful nature, but it's also always... Like, when you have a problem, you always have cell reception, and there's going to be an ambulance with you within 15 minutes.
Fuck, cell reception.
There's always roads nearby, and nothing tries to kill you aside from maybe the occasional bear that actually... I think the last bear that they found in Germany, they tracked it until it died.
Yeah.
And now,
My-
in my state, the wolves have been returning, and now people are angry about that, even though they tried to get the wolves back for years.
I don't get why people want to reintroduce like stuff like that. Like, why the fuck? Like,
I don't either. Like,
oh, yeah,
wolves are
we
cool.
spent so much time to stop these predators from killing us, and now they're just let's just reintroduce it.
They don't
Well,
really
'cause
kill
I know
humans.
it helped Yellowstone when they reintroduced the wolves there, so maybe they're just trying to like do the same concept of what they did.
Yeah,
in the
but
United
Yellowstone
States.
is a massive area
Yeah.
of, like, this is nature.
Wilderness.
My
yeah, like,
state
no.
is basically cows. That's what we
Yeah,
have here.
I understand, but even in the city, like where I live, right, we have coy wolves, which are a hybrid of coyotes and wolves. So they're like tiny wolves, but like people, if they leave their like small dogs and shit out, they'll get yopped up.
Oh yeah, coyotes are fucking insane.
But these are like big coyotes, because coyotes are little. Like if like the ones are like actual coyotes are tiny motherfuckers, but the coy wolves like they just go in and they kill people's pets and stuff all the time.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's funny.
coyotes are
Like, we
fucking
tried to
menace.
reintroduce
Like,
wild
when I-
boar, and it's just like they'd end up just killing people. because they
The
are
dingoes here eat people's babies.
I don't know about that, but they can get pretty crazy, dude. Like when I was living out in the desert, we had such a problem with coyotes that, like, if you were at it, say like 2 or 3 in the morning, you'd see packs of coyotes and like wild dogs and hybrids just wandering around doing whatever the fuck.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, the Australian just said that dingoes kill people's babies, and I want to hear everything about that.
There was a case from a while ago, pretty infamous, where a woman and her husband were being tried, and it wasn't very clear if they either murdered their baby while camping or a dingo ate it.
Oh god.
people laugh, but that's what nature does. It goes for the weak and one.
It might be that they killed their baby, but this is Australia, so it might be that some wild animal just killed it. Fucking hell, man.
But there's even other shit that you wouldn't think would be super violent that are like fucking moose. Moose
Oh,
fuck shit
yeah.
up all the
What is
time.
up,
Like
my
I
guys?
How you
woke
doing?
If
I
you're
woke up to
driving, you see a
one-
deer, you hit it. If you see a moose, swerve. Because
No.
the moose...
they're so big. They're fucking huge.
A moose?
They're
Yeah, moose
angry.
are a bit the size of cars. Like, they're huge.
Yeah.
They have them in
Not for-
Sweden and Norway, and if Finland existed, Finland.
I
If
saw
Finland
one.
existed.
Actually,
It's
saw-
50-50. We
I
don't
saw
know.
one. I don't know if it was in Idaho. It was somewhere up there. It was around Yellowstone. But like, I fucking woke up in this burnout forest, and I saw it, and everybody thought I was crazy. And then we followed it like idiots. Good thing we
Don't
didn't get
follow
close. We would have got
wildlife.
fucking trampled. But I wanted
Don't
to see a
follow
grizzly bear.
wildlife unless you have a gun.
Well, we did. We did have a gun, so we
If
were
there's,
strapped.
if there's multiples of you...
If it's a moose, you need a big gun.
listen, we were
We
tripping
did.
and we
It
thought
was
we had a
real.
gun.
Homie, we
It
had a
turned out
G3.
it was a stick, but we
Good
would
thing, though,
it was
following-
rational.
No. But following the moose, we found this hole in the ground with all this like what we assumed was moonshine, and then we just shot it up with the gun. So it works out.
The moose led
got
you
the
to the
moonshine?
moonshine.
Yeah. We found this hole in the ground with all these bottles
attract the
of.
moose.
And then
Chardonnay.
you killed it. What is this, a fucking
didn't-
1920s gangster film?
We didn't kill the moose. No, the moose went away.
You're gonna lead us to the alcohol, and then we're
we
gonna
found
shoot you in
this
the
shit
head.
that smelled like nail polish remover, so we assumed it was that in the middle of the woods. And the night before, we accidentally were squatting on some hillbillies' land, so we assumed it was theirs. And then we just kind of destroyed all of it. because
I love
we
how
didn't wanna fuck with
lawless
it.
America is. It's just the most.
Depends on which part of America.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I was
get-
in the middle of the United States. I was in cowboy country.
I'm gonna
so-
get a new beer.
Yeah,
My
man.
dad was camping on Fraser Island once.
Mhm.
He
The
woke
Spire
up with,
trilogy is now on Steam.
He woke up with like a dingo on top of him, sniffing him for food.
Mhm.
So he grabbed his slingshot and fucking shot it in the nose.
Oh man, the worst like with animals that I've ever had camping. Me and my friend, we packed up. We got lazy and we didn't put our shit in a bear bag, like our food. So like when you're camping, you want to put your food up in like a tree and stuff. We didn't. We just kept it under us, and we were in hammocks. And I remember in the middle of the night, I start hearing shit move around, and I wake up and I turn my light on. There are 13 fucking raccoons right below both of us, just eating our shit and staring at us. And we yell at them, and they just go. And like we're in hammocks. We're not anywhere like secure or anything. And there's just these little tiny because they're bears. Raccoons are little bears. They're
Yeah,
fucking
13
violent, and there's
raccoons,
so
well,
many of
fucking
them
hell.
just eating our stuff. So we just ignored it, and I just heard them eating our food, and I was sad, and it
So
was not
the-
fun.
The second beer tonight was created by the Sudden Death Brewing Company, and it's called
Ooh.
Mr. Cinnamon Bun. And it's a cinnamon bun, and it's got two things of stalks of, are they stalks? Beans of vanilla there. It's an imperial oatmeal milk stout infused with cinnamon buns and vanilla.
Is it the pods of the vanilla, or is it the
And
beans
it's
inside
got
the pods?
10% alcohol. Yes, pods. That's exactly what
I
I'm trying to
love
say.
the name of that brewing company.
Yeah, this is apparently my local craft beer store says that this is like among the best craft beer that you can get right now. It's the hot shit. It's it's from Kluvas. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all. Okay, it smells nice. Okay, it's very dark. I like the way it smells. It smells a bit like a chocolate stout, which I also have one. I don't think it's a stout though. Let me test this. This tastes like coffee.
Ooh.
But in like a good way. It's like a Guinness. This kind of tastes like Guinness.
I've not actually ever had coffee.
But have you had
What have
anything?
you had?
Milo.
He's had rice
You've-
cakes and water in a dark basement.
You've had what? Milo.
Yeah, water, Milo, and Gatorade.
The
What
fuck
is
is
Milo?
What's Milo?
Did you drink Milo Yiannopoulos' sweaty glands when he was over top of you thrusting or something? Like, what is Milo?
I regularly visit Australia to rail one particular man living in Brisbane.
Okay. So Milo is this like a chocolate powder sort of thing, and you put it in milk.
So it's cocoa powder.
But
Oh,
It's
it-
like
It's like
Yoo-hoo.
Ovaltine. It's
It's
like
like
Ovaltine
Yoo-hoo
or
or
Yoo-hoo.
Ovaltine, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Put a
guess
growing
I'm sorry,
boy
you've
meat.
only had water, Mountain Dew, and Milo.
no. I had Mountain Dew once. It was awful.
Have you had the
I'm sorry, you've never had a Coca-Cola? Or a Dr. Pepper? Or...
I had Coke once. It was awful.
milk?
Do you... What is...
Yeah,
what?
I used to drink milk, but only with Milo.
He only drinks milk with Milo.
Dude, what strange lands in
I put
Australia
a
do you
little
live in?
bit of milk in my Milo.
Dude, shit's hard in Australia, apparently.
Is
Yeah,
there
dude,
is there a
definitely.
reason for that? For all this?
Coffee smells bad.
What?
Oh, so you've never drank anything ever because coffee smells. I get that coffee. I don't like coffee. I don't drink coffee.
I have a coffee candle burning right now.
But what the fuck, my man?
I'm scared of spending as much money on alcohol as my dad does. So
But
that's why
there's
I haven't.
what about pop and stuff though?
Did you ever have apple juice or orange juice? Or
Oh yeah. Apple juice
Okay.
is pretty fucking good.
Okay.
Okay.
You had other things other than water and
yeah, that
Milo milk.
You had
Okay.
tea
Occasional
before?
base.
You had tea?
No.
Never had.
You've.
I don't
I'm
think
sorry.
you're allowed to
How
have-
no?
You people are Anglos. Like, isn't that what you do?
How have
Yeah.
you never had tea, my man?
Nah, I'm just with that gay shit.
Tea's pretty fucking good.
He's pretty
You
good.
want to
Not
die?
gay. I completely disagree. Tea's
Do you want to
excellent.
be recolonized?
As Queen is still the head of
I think
state.
the food and drink rations that Australians got under occupation were probably better. Like, they were better off as a prison colony, let's be honest.
But honestly, I think this is voluntary, though. I'm probably right to
Yeah,
assume that
my
this
mum
is
has tea and coffee all the time.
voluntary. Yeah. You're probably the most interesting person I've ever talked to. Just because you've managed
Wow,
to
you've
never...
tried nothing. How interesting.
Yeah, that's...
No,
I don't
You have
know.
no experiences.
No one is like this.
He just existed in the void. Just till now. He
He
escaped.
just
the
popped
Ji-Hawd
into
today.
existence before the stream.
Yeah.
He is the proof of last Thursday.
I
He's
was
the
on
proof of
one,
last
3
Thursdayism.
months ago. Yeah, like at some point I was just like, I've never had coffee and tea. That's kind of cool. That's gonna be my thing from now on.
Were you like immaculately conceived by any chance, homie?
Nice. Have you had pussy? I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't like the. No, I don't think that'd be very. Not really interested.
The organ or the cat or the energy
Both.
drink?
Literally all of them. Wait, there's an energy drink called Pussy?
There is, in fact, an energy drink called Pussy. There's also an energy drink called Balls.
Fuck
Busted.
yes.
Balls is pretty fucking good. I like Balls.
Busta.
You can quote me on that.
Balls down my throat.
Busta's a real one too.
Funny thing is, Balls, it comes in a blue bottle. So you buy yourself some blue Balls.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Fuck.
No, they
Although
just gotta
Pussy,
start
I think
making
Pussy
like
is actually a French drink.
I think
Oh.
this is just an Australian thing.
poussé.
There was a like really fucked up sweet thing called camel balls,
Uh-huh.
and the picture there was a picture of a camel and its balls fell off, and they were like these brown balls, and then when you bit into them they like bled.
Okay, this is very interesting looking. I need to get to Australia.
Oh yep, those. Fuck, it's been a while since.
And
I've
they're
seen those.
sour?
I've
These
never
are
had
extra
one. I
sour.
was too grossed out.
What is it?
There's
Is
a-
it like... It looks like bubblegum with like some sort of coating on the outside that has like a sour like jam filling.
Is it
Found this in Belize.
Oh no. It's
I love it. It
Jamaican.
says I'm Jamaican. No, it says I'm Jamaican. It's called Bigga, but it's still funny as shit. Bigga, I'm Jamaican.
Bigga, I'm Jamaican.
My favorite thing, you know, remember the German insults video where bimbo basically means like black slave in German? This is my favorite bimbo thing. It's in Spain. It's just a kind of bread, and it's white bread.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with the company. We got a lot of it down here in California.
I've never seen it before.
Neither.
They do not have that in the north.
I don't usually pay attention to the brands of my bread. Like I usually just get like store brand bread, like Publix bread.
You are clearly
As long as
not
it's-
German.
As long as it's white bread and none of that.
If I want some sort of special bread, I get it from the bakery instead.
Good man.
Actually,
And if I want,
I know
I
of a
think the only
guy.
kind of bread I normally get that's like a brand name is like Nature's Oats or something like that. It's like, you know, you like oat bread or something.
I know of a guy who like moved to Iran, and he opened a German bakery there, and now he's like a millionaire because people in Iran was like, "What is this? You can make more than one kind of bread? He has hundreds kinds of bread." And it's like if whenever I go to like a place that isn't Germany, I go to the supermarket, the bread aisle is like one shelf. And
Really?
Oh no, the bread aisle in America is like
That's not how that is.
and you
here.
have
Yeah, there's
you have
shitload of
white bread and whole wheat bread and then something in between.
There's
like what,
something
pumpernickel
wrong with that.
or
We have like pumpernickel and rye and like all that shit.
There's
You got your
literally-
dark
there's-
breads and
oat
stuff.
bread.
We have
potato
a whole
butter
bread aisle.
Yes, so do we.
Yeah, we do. We do too. Yeah.
And then also in addition to
Could-
that, there's a buns aisle and there's a baked goods aisle and there's another baked goods aisle that's for non-fresh baked goods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well like we had a lot of in my old Coles back home. There were
See,
like,
I knew as an American, Germany is like the place to go if I want like similarly like consumerist giant fucking grocery stores.
No, we're about bread, my man. American bread
Just
does not
bread?
compare to German bread.
let's get
I don't
that
know. I don't know.
No, but we have similarly giant
Yeah.
fucking aisles full of bread and baked goods and shit like you just
Like-
mentioned. Like you were saying like, oh, we have an entire aisle full of bread. I'm just like, is that not normal?
I don't know.
No,
Some of the Jewish
but, like,
bakeries around here, the
The,
holiday
just
make
the
is some of the best fucking
variety
bread I've
and
ever had.
quality of the bread in other countries is just not very good.
Really?
Fairy bread. Is fairy bread a thing
What
in
is,
Germany?
what is fairy bread?
What's fairy
No,
bread?
because we're not, degenerates.
What is
Fairy
fairy
bread
bread?
is-
Well, you
Stupid
know
thing to
what?
say about
You seem to
chaos.
know what fairy bread is, though.
You
So
get
doesn't
a-
it make you a degenerate? Because I have no idea what it is.
I have no idea what that is.
I am
yeah.
a student
You get a
of the
white slice
human
of fairy
condition.
bread. Yeah, you get like a slice of white bread covered
Uh-huh.
in butter, and then sprinkles on it,
Oh.
Okay.
and it's fucking incredible.
It's
That-
like it's
that
pe-
sounds
it's
impressive.
peanut butter and jelly, but it's for people who are even more lazy than people who only eat peanut
Except
butter and
there's
jelly.
no peanut butter or jelly.
Oh,
and it
Peanut
tastes
butter
amazing and is
There, you can get
marvelous.
lazier with peanut butter and jelly. Hold on a
Peanut butter is
second.
the
Let me
best.
show you a thing.
I saw
Fucking
peanut butter and jelly
peanut butter.
burger the other day. The problem with Leninade, a friend of mine sent me Leninade also. He's a communist. He's like, I
got one
need
of those.
this. The problem with Leninade is that it doesn't taste very good.
Just like communism.
It's because the company it's more about the bottle. Like they do novelty drinks, which is sad because that way people only buy Leninade like once.
Oh,
Get the bottle. What the fuck is
Oh
this?
yeah, Uncrustables.
So this, this is what we get in America.
Nice.
If you're talking about lazy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, this is literally a packaged peanut butter and jelly sandwich like pastry thing. You just pull out of the freezer and just eat.
in Australia, you can go to Coles and get Vegemite pies.
God, you're all making me feel sick.
I
just
want
want,
to eat veg. That's one of my greatest wishes in the world is to have Vegemite. I've been to dozens
I
of
don't-
fucking stores in this
Vegemite-
country,
Ugh.
and
have
I've not
heard-
been able to
The
find it.
description I've heard of Vegemite is it tastes like a person who ate it. He said it tasted like he was biting into the Dead Sea.
It's not good. It's bad. I hate
it's good.
Vegemite's fucking vile.
I like malt and I like soy sauce, so I'm liking my chances.
my
I
grandma.
like
eats
malt.
Vegemite.
I like soy sauce too. I don't know about
Yeah.
malt. Like you mean like malt liquor or?
No, like just malt.
I've managed to like work.
I don't know
my
what
way up
just
to the
malt
point.
is.
Give me
You
give
mean
me a
like
second.
malt you
I'll
put on
bring you
ice cream
some.
or in milkshakes or?
Like,
Yeah, I
what
was thinking of the
pieces?
milkshake stuff.
I don't know what malt tastes like by itself. It's
I've,
always
um,
been in
worked-
something.
Usually with chocolate and milkshake.
Yeah.
I have worked my way up to the point where I can just like
Just-
spoon feed myself.
I don't have my headphones on, but just
A
this.
real
This
Australian.
brown stuff that you obviously can't smell, but it smells kind of like bread. It's like a. It's the malt is what you use to give the sugar, put the sugars into the beer, and
Gotcha.
then the yeast.
Ah,
It's sugar. Beer is basically fucking hops tea that was sweetened with malt. And then fucking put in yeast.
Okay, you're not allowed to say that beer is tea. It's not allowed.
I very much am
It's
allowed.
not. It's not allowed. You don't
Listen,
distill.
I've
tea.
said that you don't
I think that's
distill
allowed.
beer, you brew beer.
but yeah, like.
Though I wonder what would
Vegemite
happen if you
is
distilled
that
beer,
straight.
because sherry is, after all, distilled wine.
Back to shit, that's like pre-prepared and laziness. I think it's funny as shit that New Orleans has like drive-through daiquiri shops and shit. You can just get it in your car. Beautiful city. Great place.
If I had to choose only one city to visit in the United States, it would be New Orleans.
Oh, yeah, dude, definitely. It's
Hey, you
fucking
should go for the pest production meetup that's happening, like I guess tomorrow.
The what meetup?
Amazing Atheist and Palsy. DP.
Oh, a Pessimist Productions. Oh yeah, you were talking
Yeah.
so fast. I don't actually follow them anymore.
awesome. Yeah.
That's probably a good choice.
Like I am a bit. Sometimes I watch a TJ video, but it feels like very often he's just like rambling at this point. It's like he doesn't really care anymore. All of the points. He probably has like good takes on shit, but it's probably not like Amazing Atheist type shit.
His last video hasn't been a very good take.
Oh yeah,
What was it, the
where
Tulsi
he
video?
hates Tulsi for no reason. But I don't care about that. Like I can fucking disagree with him.
That was pretty
Yeah,
measured though. Like
It's-
what he said about Tulsi, because that was the only video I've watched.
I
of his
haven't seen the
recent.
video. I just saw what he was posting on Twitter, and it was like awful. It was really bad shit.
His
Like,
his
the worst
video
take.
though, his video was like pretty chill though.
Okay.
I didn't see the Twitter stuff. I just saw it and I'm like,
Who the
Tulsi's my
fuck
favorite
uses
candidate.
Twitter?
So I'm like, I was kind of
He was like saying shit like, like Tulsi might as well just do porn instead of running for president because 90% of her supporters just like her because she's hot.
I mean, she is hot. Let's be honest, but she's also
I
like
mean,
good.
For a politician, but not like,
Not even objectively. Like I do her, and I don't do a lot of people at her age.
Sure, but there's a lot of people who are hot who I'm not advocating be president.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, most people who are hot, I would advocate not be president. I would advocate she be president because she's, like, good.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with her hotness.
Yeah, no,
I'm not even like 100% for Tulsi, but just like I don't know, like he just was saying like some like really just like dismissive, inflammatory shit. Which I mean, you know, it's TJ, so
yeah. I mean, part of it too is he's becoming irrelevant. So like, you know,
He is irrelevant.
Stoke them flames.
He's not really the problem with like you're not irrelevant when you have more than 1 million subs on YouTube. TJ is never going to be irrelevant.
Nah,
right?
But no one
if he's
watches
irrelevant
him
now, he's
anymore,
always been
though.
irrelevant. Like that's which,
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
No. But I'm not.
And if that's the case,
because
then literally everyone's
if you look at his view
irrelevant.
count, though, I mean, yeah, he has 1 million subs, but most of the subs are like people like me, and I'm assuming other people in this chat that like are subscribed to him because of legacy views.
I still watch him. I definitely watch Deep
I
Fat Fright a
barely
lot.
watch him.
It still gives
think
him
I
way
saw
more
it a few years ago.
way more relevance than like most people.
Any of us?
Yeah, no,
That's
I
true.
agree. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I think he's trying to like attain something that he had in the past that I view that he won't get back.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true, but
that's
been the case since 2011.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that though because post 2011 he had the Drunken Peasants. And I
Oh,
think
Drunken
that-
Peasants was great. And
Yeah, Drunken
honestly,
Peasants is
TJ
fucking
still
awesome.
every once in a while TJ will fucking get out of his I don't really give a shit phase. I'm just doing this for money. And he will put out some really good videos for a while. So it's like he's the granddad of basically YouTube commentary.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I grew up on his shit. I respect him a lot. I just think like one of the things that really bothered me with him is he stopped caring about his content.
Yeah.
And you could clearly
I think
see
he did
that
for a little bit. Like he got
well,
into Deep Fat Fright a lot. Like
but
him,
here's
Paul and Scotty did.
But here's the point I'm getting to. He did that, and in the same breath, was complaining about like subscriber loss and shit, when he clearly was like way less into it. And I could be like saying it as like reverse of what it was, but he was blaming it on a lot of outside factors that weren't himself, you know. And I felt like that was a little bit like.
That's
shitty.
true. I'm always afraid that because I complain a lot. Like if you pay me money, you know this. I complain a lot in the VIP back room. And it's like I do that because so I think that it's not me. That is, I'm just not good enough. I just don't care enough. I'm just not interesting enough. I just don't have the chops. I just don't put in the time and the effort to do the thing. Because the problem is if that's the case, then there's nothing I can do about it. But otherwise I can just blame the algorithm. So it's easier for me to work that way. But I do feel like I care a lot about my content. But that's kind of the channel concept. That's why I pulled the channel up in a way where I could just do whatever video I wanted to do that day. Because that's how I keep myself caring. I think that's the most important. That's what I like most about YouTube channels, is that the creator cares. It's got awfully quiet.
It's always a nice surprise getting like video going, oh, what the fuck is Burger Creek going to talk about this time?
I think that's a big
Good
thing.
Jewish
with TJ.
question. Oh.
I think TJ ends up finding he finds a format that gets him like popular and gets him a good amount of money, and then he gets bored with that format, so he resents the fact that he's stuck doing a format.
Yeah.
And then he feels like, well, I'm just doing this for money anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I think the first Burger Creek video I watched was the one about you going communist.
Yeah, that's my viral
That one has
yeah.
been suggested to me a lot, and I'm like, thank you, I've already seen it. Calm down.
That was actually
Yeah,
my
that was my
first
first one.
video.
Mine
I
was
have no
actually
idea what the
I
first one
am
was.
the outsider here because mine was about bug spirits. That was
You're one of the
'cause I
Shadowrun
was
people?
Yeah, 'cause
Nice.
I was specifically looking up like stuff about bug spirits because I wanted to put them in a game of mine, and I wanted to learn a bit more about how they operate. And I saw your video, and I was like, "Oh, this is good." And then I saw you only had like 2 Shadowrun videos at the time.
Yeah, I think now I have 4, so...
Mhm.
I have no clue how I found the channel.
Why
It just came up in my
Oh.
recommendeds when I was watching something else. I think I don't know what video it was though.
Yeah, like I liked the communism one, But then the one I really liked was a big long one where you were talking about like transhumanism and like people who might not be willing to upgrade themselves. and stuff, and how
Fucking
you
the
could have, like, a-
psychopathic demigods one.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
I
one.
remember that one.
That's actually one of my least favorites.
Huh.
Not
I
from,
think my favorite ones are always the ones that everyone gets really mad at him about.
Did you know that most people don't know that mangoes are actually a rock?
That's true, actually.
Oh, I missed that series. That was a
I
good
made a
series.
video.
Many people don't know.
I'm struggling to bring it back because it's such a. It's like I'd make videos about different subjects, but I always have the same format. It's always me in front of the bookshelf talking, and it's been such a long time that I put out, and many people don't know, that I just suspect many people will look at it and then just die of an
I don't think
aneurysm,
so.
and I would
I don't
just
think so,
lose a massive amount of my viewers.
Now I haven't checked on your channel, but do you have like
Oh, that'd be
playlists set up? Because if you just have a playlist, then people are gonna see that it's a part of like it's gonna recommend other things in the playlist, and then people will realize, oh, this is a format.
I put everything in playlists. It doesn't do shit.
Yeah, so I'm sure you'll be fine then. I mean, I've seen videos from people, and when I first saw that, it was pretty obvious that like it was a joke.
Yeah, I always think that it's extremely obvious that these are jokes.
There's always gonna be one person who doesn't fucking get it.
Yeah,
but
it's always a bunch of. It's like the fucking beaches one,
the beaches one.
where there's just genuinely people that
There
to
was a
this
person
day
in the
have not
comments-
understood.
There was a
that-
person in the comments who was like, his point about the photographs before 1800 doesn't really exactly count because there were no photographs before 1800.
That's
That's
the
what they
joke,
want you
bitch.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the worst fucking feeling. I hate that. Like, a lot of the times, like, even on Discord or anything like that, like, I'll enter a room or something, I'll be on some shit, and people are like, oh, your name's anarcho-fascist. You know it's an oxymoron, right? How can you believe that?
that
I'm like,
happened
of
literally
course
today
it fucking is!
to me. I said people were talking about like political shit in I was in Pessimist Productions Discord, and they were talking about political shit because there's a lot of communists in there for some fucking reason, and there's
That's
also
weird.
there's a lot of extremes on all sides in there. There's like
Yeah,
a few
that's cool.
communists. There's one guy who's like a fascist, and then most people are just normal like social democrats or democratic
Yeah.
socialists. But they were all arguing. I was just like, yeah, you know what we need? Anarcho-fascist transhumanist primitivism. And someone unironically was like, no, primitivism's dumb. I'm like,
Oh yeah, but there's tons of times like I'll say shit that's absurd. Like I'll be like, I don't know, I'm not a rocket surgeon. Like you can't actually do surgery on a rocket.
Oh,
That's
and
a rocket
Fesh,
scientist." I'm like,
dude.
no fucking yeah, I know.
And Fesh, that is basically my life experience. I say just dumb shit all the time for fun. Like I'll just yes.
That autistic people probably don't get these jokes.
That's the problem. I know a lot
But
of
no, it's not even autistic
pe-
people.
No. It's but it's often autistic people. I go to this role playing thing every Wednesday that I love at my uni. But there's a bunch of autistic people there, and they all think that I'm just an idiot because I will just say stupid things that are obviously jokes, but they verge on the borderline in a way that sometimes even non-autistic people go like, "Hang on, did he actually mean that, or was that a joke?" And so they probably think I'm an idiot.
I was on the ferry with this guy. We stop at a stop. We get it stops, and a ton of people are coming on. I'm like, oh shit, the entire population of Brisbane is coming on. And he turns to me and he's like, "Are you serious? Do you know how many people live in Brisbane?"
It's the Australian autist is a great character. Actually,
someone
we
was
all
talking
drink
about-
Victoria Bitter. It's only a stereotype that we drink Forsters. But some people do drink Forsters. Actually, it's throwing prawn on the barbie, not throwing shrimp on the barbie.
But yeah, it's like my one friend was working on his car and shit, And he was telling me about all this car shit. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm not a gynecologist, dude. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he's like, you know, that's not what gynecologists do. I'm like, really? It's not? Tell me what they do, man. I'm pretty sure they work on cars.
They play with a pussy.
Yeah.
I got a reply to like
They
a
drink pussy
really
energy
old,
drinks from France.
comment thread. And there was this old YouTube comment thread from a couple years back where like someone mentioned anime and I just called them a weeb. And then they tried to define weeb to me, so I just kept calling them a weeb.
Defensive weebs are the fucking best. I love it.
And so then I just got like a reply today, and this guy's like, if you used your last 3 fucking brain cells, and then like explains the definition of otaku and weeb.
Oh my god.
I didn't know a kid like that still exists.
Just send them the Filthy Frank video and just like be done with it.
Speaking of the term weeb, if you use that in War Thunder chat, you can get muted.
You can get what?
It's considered a slur.
Weeb is considered a slur against who?
Against the Japanese, apparently.
Oh my god!
You
What
would
the
never
fuck?
ever say that about a Japanese person because it's used to describe white people who want to be Japanese.
That's literally
it's like
the
a black
definition
person
of
will never be called a
weeb.
wigger. You know?
It'd be like if you,
It's like saying that wigger's offensive to black people.
So, what you talking about, motherfucker?
The worst one was in Rising Storm. Our squad was always Goop Nukem, but then they started censoring Goop in the Vietnam video game. I don't know why. So then
I
we
couldn't imagine why would they do that.
Our new squad is now Duck Cuckum.
I gotta get censorship. So my WoW Classic guild, they used to be called Poop in My Pants back on our private server, but when that got shut down, we went to Blizzard, so we tried registering the name Poop in My Pants. It got censored.
Oh yeah, we were also
Because it
Dick
says
Kickum
poop.
for a while.
There's
says
this
poop in it.
comedian in Germany. In Germany we have a kind of a company like Haribo.
Oh, I thought you were going to justify that you had comedians, because I was a little shocked when I heard that. But go on.
They're shit. That's a discussion we can get into at a later point. We have this like a candy company like Haribo that's called Hitchler. Yes. And this comedian, he used to play World of Warcraft a lot, and he made this guild called the Hitchler Youth.
Oh my god.
And he sent his friend to advertise for him, and he got banned, but the Hitchler Youth Guild still existed.
Oh no.
They're making some movie about the Hitler Youth now. It looks funny as shit. It's some comedy.
Oh yeah.
You guys hear about that? I just saw a trailer for it.
It looks so good.
It looks good, yeah. It's funny as
Back
shit.
to online games. I don't think you're getting the full experience of an online game until you've played with a whole shit ton of Australians shit talking each other.
Yeah, it's the problem.
You haven't had the full experience
never
of an online game unless you get shot in the head by a Chinese person from 10,000 miles away with a shotgun and they say China number 1 over your dead body.
Here's my real problem with playing with Australians or like even British people.
It never happens.
I do, but your insults are funny to me. Like I don't know. It's just like they
Listen,
I can't. But no,
when
but
cunt
they're
is a
not,
term
like,
of endearment, you can only go into strange places.
You
But no, it's
fucking
all
weapon.
The words are funny. Like I just like I can't. It's like I can't even take them. I can't even imagine someone being pissed and using some of the words. You know, like
I always thought
Yeah,
Muppet was a
Muppet.
funny insult.
like
Whenever I insult someone, I just come up with a random combination of words.
That's usually a good
That's
idea.
how
honestly,
Britain
'cause it
works,
takes people
yeah.
off guard.
I do use
I think I
cunt
could pull the
liquor a lot.
racism card every time I'm muted for using an English insult in War Thunder.
This
Because I've
is
been muted like 5 times over.
this
by
is
their
something
fucking mods.
I genuinely hate, is that the whole online world has to fucking appeal to the sensitivities of the American West Coast. Just American puritanism. and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
all you're allowed to say.
It's like
So
I get
fucking gross.
shot down. I'm like fucking cunt, and it's like muted. It's like what was wrong with what did I say that was wrong?
So no respect for
well,
other
it's like-
cultures.
They're
It's like even
highlight
around here,
cunt.
though.
It's like cunt.
Cunt isn't that bad around like this part of the United States though. Like people still get pissed, but like you still hear it
Want to
commonly.
know the most recent one? The one that actually got me muted the most recently was calling the community retarded.
That is a big one I've
Nice.
noticed a lot. I got banned off of what was it, Kyle Kalinski's Discord
Really?
server. For,
He banned-
yeah.
That's
First of all,
weird.
Kyle Kalinske has a Discord server, and B, you
I didn't know
got
that.
banned off Kyle Kalinski's Discord server for
Yeah.
using the word
Oh,
retarded.
people get banned all the time. So the situation, right, is Kyle doesn't actually go on it. It's managed, I think, by his assistant, Lilith, I think, and she just sort of like sends the moderation to like other people. And yeah, I got banned not because of that, but that was part of it. It was because I was associated with someone else who was also like, causing shit.
I guarantee you that Kyle Kalinske uses the word retarded. Publicly.
Listen, there was a point where I mentioned that I heard about it. I heard about the server in the Amazing Atheist Discord, and someone said like, "Oh, the Amazing Atheist, he's such a piece of shit racist." And then I looked and I pointed to him and was like, "Hey, dude, right now in this Discord is the Twitter feed of Kyle Kalinske in one of the chats, and it links to an Amazing Atheist video."
Yeah, I know Kyle is a big fan of TJ. I mean, but like they know that he's been on Drunken Peasants several
Oh
times.
yeah, he ate out Razor Fist that one fucking
I
time.
remember. He still
Oh
talks
yeah,
about
the
Kyle's
razor!
so
Holy
much.
shit! He cleaned
I
the
get bored
floor with
sometimes,
razor
and
fish.
I listen to that one, and then there's the one with Vegan Gains and that Christian dude, the Vigilant Christian. It was Vegan Gains and the Vigilant Christian, and they also had a fucking debate. And those two are the most entertaining fucking episodes of that show.
Listen, the most entertaining episodes of Drunken Peasants were anything that had G-Man in it.
Oh yeah, that's true. G-Man was great.
I'm gonna hit you with the missile, with the thistle, with the thistle.
The best one,
I
think,
love
was the
G-Man.
I think it was one of the earliest one. It was the first one with G-Man, I think, that had G-Man, Brett Keane on, and it was like the first one with Paul Zigo. And they all were, it was like 10 of them in a fucking chat, and they're all arguing, and Brett Keane was just being the fucking manatee that he is.
Oh, I
Drunken
miss
Peasants.
Brett Keane. I
And
genuinely
who the
just
fuck?
miss Brett
Kevin
Keane.
Lefevre was on it too. It was G-Man, Kevin Lefevre,
I think
and Brett.
Kevin Lefevre actually follows me on Twitter. At least he did for
Really?
a while. Yeah, he did
Dude,
for
you're
a
getting
while.
followed by God.
You're being
Yeah.
followed by God.
The biological father of Jesus Christ is
Evan-
following you on Twitter.
Oh my God.
Evan
always so
Evan
weird.
Lefevre follows me on Twitter.
It's always so weird finding other people that were into that show because it's such a fucking strange
It's
thing.
it's such a niche show, but I just love it so much. It's one of the best fucking shows.
That is one of the reasons I checked out most of your other videos, because I noticed in your Shadowrun video you're wearing your Smoke Pan Everyday shirt. I'm just like, oh.
They have some of the best fucking merch. I just
Oh, yeah,
wear I
man.
wear that shit
I have
unironically. The other
I
day
have a purple
I
Dino
wore
shirt.
the other day I wore my Paul Zigo shirt, the one with the 3 eyes where he's vaping, to like a party, and some guy who didn't watch Drunken Peasants just said, "Whoa, that's a nice shirt, my man."
Yeah.
And that's just insane to me. That it's that's the quality of merch that I want, which is why I only have 2 merch items.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I have Coolsville and I have the fucking Dinor shirt.
Yeah,
Dinor is the greatest fucking thing ever.
Yes.
Everybody loves that fucking shirt. Every time I go anywhere.
I haven't worn it in quite some time, actually.
You know, that doesn't say
I wonder if I can
dinosaur
still
on
get a
it,
Dino
right?
shirt.
You know that's misspelled.
That's not what a dinosaur looks like.
I'm like,
This isn't a I always say this isn't a drawing. This is a photograph of an actual dino.
Wait a minute, that's not a beach. It's a bathtub.
I'm gonna get another beer.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. Quality show.
The good
Waiting
the
for
good old
episode
days.
420. It will never fucking happen. I mean, the show's still going on. It just
It
sucks
is,
now.
but I mean, last time I saw it, it wasn't very good. It
Oh,
was
no, I'm
basically just like Billy the Fridge was doing his own thing. Like he
Yeah.
basically, like at that point, is the only entertainment on that show.
What is?
Billy the Fridge, because
Oh,
like
really?
it's Billy the Fridge and Ben are the only
But
two
I
like consistent
didn't-
people.
I didn't like that though, because see, the reason I liked the old show is like the dynamic between like how like optimistic and shit Ben was, and even when Billy was coming in at the end, and like how pessimistic Paul and TJ were, and then Scotty just
God,
shit.
fucking Paul, dude. Like,
Yeah, he pisses me off. That's the reason I don't like either show. That's why I don't like Deep Fat
I
Fred.
love
don't like
Paul.
The Drunken Peasants.
I like
It's because,
Paul,
like-
but goddamn, like he has
He needs
the
someone
worst
else.
takes ever.
Yeah,
He
But
used
they
to
both
have the
did-
best takes ever.
He does not anymore.
Ying needs its yang, man. The super positive people have
That's
to be with the
true.
super negative people, and that's what made the shows good. But
Mhm.
when each show kind of is just the negative people, and just with Scotty, that just I don't even know if Scotty even stirs shit anymore. But you know,
He
and then
does
like
occasionally, but
Ben-
honestly, their show was much more like
mhm.
it. Like they're treating it as if it is Wikipedia the show, which is a big meme on the fucking server.
Yeah, it pissed me. Well, there's
Which
I
got
guess
blown
I
up, by the way. That
started
doesn't exist.
watching it.
The Pessimist Production Discord doesn't actually exist anymore. But if you want it to the official, unofficial one, I can give you guys links.
But no, I started watching it and it just felt like dumb because it was like super unresearched and I felt like their takes were kind of lame. So I'm like,
Yeah,
you have to at least be interesting if you're not going to look up what the fuck you're talking
they
about.
occasionally have
you
an
know?
interesting episode.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's just they're reading from just articles they collected.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the first ones that they had was good. The one about what the fuck, that comedian, the right wing guy. He had that Home Improvement show.
Oh, you're talking about fucking Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I didn't like
Because
Tim Allen.
they
episode.
knew, but they knew about Tim Allen. They knew a lot about him, so they talked a lot about
Yeah,
it. But like
well, there was-
sometimes
There
It
was an
happens-
episode that what was it? I
Hmm.
think they did it on I can't remember. It was either like John Wayne Gacy or
Hmm.
some serial killer, and Paul Paul had just like found like a book the guy had written. I can't
Yeah.
remember who it was. It maybe was Ted
Oh.
Bundy. I don't know. Somebody.
Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Cruz. Yeah, he got Ted Cruz's book and read it.
Ted
and...
Cruz.
No, but like it was just a lot of research and care went into it because it was an.
Oh yeah,
interesting-
no, definitely, that's cool. But I felt like a lot of their stuff when I was watching it, and I watched it because I'm subscribed to them still. I occasionally like see their
I still
stuff.
give them
I'm
money on
interested in.
Patreon. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It wasn't what I wanted, I guess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the beer that I got now is called Choco by Stone Brewing. It's a Berlin beer, and apparently it's a beer for Christmas and the New Year's. It's a mocha stout with winter spices.
Wait a minute. Are the feds gonna like kick down your door and shoot your dog because you're drinking that out of season, homie? Like,
Yeah, that's illegal.
I don't know if you want that. Have you seen Brazil? Do you know what they do? All right.
I
have
live
that
in
happen, yeah.
Germany. Look, I live in Germany. Our forests don't burn.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the movie, the Terry Gilliam.
No,
movie.
they're just crawling with Soviets.
Yeah.
That's actually true. That's the only parts of Germany that have big forests. Is that I actually went to my ex-girlfriend. Her grandparents live in like one of the Nazi parties of Germany. Used to have their headquarters in that city, and we went there for Christmas, and we went for a walk, and it was just near the house. Was fucking. I wish it wasn't actually that near the house. It was just somewhere in that town. It was like a Lenin cemetery, a communist cemetery where they had a Lenin statue, and this is like a Nazi place. And I just love how absurd Eastern Germany is literally all of the time. Which my family is also from that area. Like half my grandparents are from there.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a German friend.
Okay, let's drink this. It's kind of, you can't see this, but it's kind of red. It's kind of like a very dark wine.
So, like, what flavor of Gatorade does it look?
Oh damn, this actually tastes like chocolate. But like really just dark chocolate. Oh, it's a Taika Waititi movie. Well, if it's a Taika Waititi movie, that fucking thing, I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. It's probably not gonna be as What We Do in the Shadows, but as if you haven't watched What We Do in the Shadows, it's genuinely
It's
one of my
amazing.
all-time
Yeah.
favorite
Uh,
films. Yeah.
Well, all of his stuff. He also did Fly the Conchords, didn't he?
He also did Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah, no, but the movie looked funny as shit.
Yeah, it's a Hitler Youth with a imaginary friend.
Also, I really like the
His
actor. I forgot
imaginary
his name.
friend is Hitler. And
And Hitler is portrayed by Taika Waititi. That's
Yeah.
great. The fucking Maori actor.
Yeah, dude, Sam Rockwell's in it, which I think is from quality. He's a good lad.
I like that when you get beers that are supposed to taste like sweets, they're not sweet. They're very beery. I don't like this as much as this chocolate stout I had a couple months ago. I had a chocolate stout, which was probably the best beer. I remember it. It was probably the best beer I ever had, like the craft beer on stream. Aside from maybe the smoked beer. But this is really good. It just tastes like very, very dark cocoa with 0 sugar in it.
Oh, down to.
Do you actually source like 2 to 3 new beers for every single stream?
No. No, sometimes I don't get beers. No, I have a craft beer store in my city. That's actually where the glass is from. That I have, and they know me there. There's almost every time I walk in there, it's the same guy working there. Today it was a different one. And he knows that I'm looking for he knows me, and he always jots down the weird bees that they get in, so he can recommend them to me, because I only get the weird ones.
Ah,
That's cool.
They have really fucking good beer over there. Actually, I paid for these 3 beers, I paid 15 euros, which is just insane. It's almost $20 for 3 fucking beers. But it's bullshit beers. It's one of the few vices that I actually enjoy. But I don't always do it. I do it maybe a third of the Fast Food Thursday streams.
oh yeah.
Thursday.
Oh, hey, I forgot to mention, I didn't die. No storm hit me. We used our Florida Man magic to
What a
direct the
shame.
storm away.
Great.
Sounds
Getting
good.
Yeah, it was honestly,
hurricanes.
all weekend was just me sitting in a house waiting for the inevitable storm to come, and then it just never did. And I went to work today.
Just live on the North Coast like a real man. Not worry about hurricanes. Just worry about whiteouts and -40 wind chill.
Just live in England where you don't have to worry about anything except Germany.
Listen,
mate.
at least in this situation, you're gonna get a little bit warmer as time goes on. I'm just gonna get worse storms.
Who are you talking to there? The British guy.
Oh no, Britain's fucked. Britain's gonna get way colder.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be great.
Gulf Stream's gonna get fucked up, and then the ocean currents aren't gonna bring warm water to you. So
I
you're gonna
live
get
between the Baltic and... I live in the Danish storm series between the Baltic and the North Seas. I am extra fucked.
Yay!
The whole climate.
It's okay. I live in Florida. It's basically just flat, and it used to be underwater, and now it's gonna be again real soon.
Where I live?
The
Why
rust
are-
will persist.
Why are people pissy at ContraPoints?
So I
because-
actually saw this. So essentially, what she said was that she doesn't like how some people will just use the they pronouns when addressing her because it feels uncomfortable for her. That's it.
Okay.
Well, I
That's all.
thought.
I'm
No,
sorry,
listen-
she said that she prefers different pronouns, and now people on the left are getting outraged
No,
about that shit. What the
think there's a little
fuck?
more. Wait. There's a little more, I think, because I read what it was. What I thought it was, I didn't hear about that, was she was talking about how she feels weird in the modern trans community, and that she doesn't really relate to a lot of what the Zoomers and stuff that are in it, because she feels like more of an old school transgender person, I guess is what she said.
There's a huge difference
And-
between old school
and
and
that
yeah. Go ahead.
her ideal is to fit in with society as opposed to making it stick out. And she's like, it's weird,
she's
seeing
normal.
having Discord servers full of 30% trans, which she's it's odd. But also she's that that is very open and stuff. And she's that's a little strange and just not what she wants.
I
She
haven't
just
heard
wants it to
anything
be
about
nice,
any of
yeah.
that. I just
Yeah.
heard that people were upset because there was a tweet that she did that was basically how because non-binary people are a thing that they pronouns are more popular, and so she gets called the they pronoun way more often, and she doesn't like it. Like that's
No,
everyone I've seen who's like upset has been talking about that.
This was in a chain of
that's
tweets too, so it could be both, and that one might have been the bigger one, but that was what I read. Was more like she was just like
Honestly,
it was
I
more
think
talking
everyone's
about how
bit-
she doesn't relate really to.
Either way, it's
You
pretty
You know the
dumb.
whole pronoun shenanigans.
And most people who I follow who are
honestly,
like on the left, like in lefty
Mhm.
Twitter,
Yeah.
they are upset because people are just like,
Yeah, it's
Like,
shitty.
Let's be
Like, I don't
honest
even-
for a moment,
I
though,
don't even
right?
like ContraPoints, but I think that's shitty. Like, I don't think she should.
I don't watch her, so I don't know. I have no
Zoomers-
idea if I like her or not.
Zoomers are fucking
gang.
degenerates, which is
Yeah.
why I love them
millennials
so
are, Get
much.
fucked.
No, Zoomer. I love Zoomers because they're such degenerates. I like, depending on who you ask, I am a Zoomer because I'm like in like the 2 years where, depending on how you
Yeah, see,
count,
my
I might be a
friend-
millennial or I might be a
My
Gen
friend
Z.
came up with a good term for that: zillennials. Just people who are like
That's
close
pretty
to,
good.
are millennials, but they're close enough to Zoomers that they just have all the same like memes and phrases and stuff.
I'm a zillennial. I love Zoomers because they are degenerates, but I love degeneracy.
Yeah.
It's like, it was
Doesn't
like
all
the
that.
Generation X trans people were all about, look how fucking trans we are, we're basically just glorified cross-dressers. Millennial trans people were all about acceptance and we're just like everyone else. And Zoomers are just all degenerates. Like, Zoomer trans people are not special, they're just Zoomers, and all Zoomers are degenerates.
Yes, I
This
agree
is
with
just
that.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
I-
we will literally eat you old people. And,
That's
and-
why
no,
Zoomer trans
we-
people are more
we take
degenerate.
that seriously. You will be consumed.
Wartime.
Don't shoot through me, you fucking spaz!
I won't.
No.
I honestly, I don't feel like English people should be allowed to use spastic as an insult because it sounds kind of gay when it says with an English accent. You have to say spastic! That's how you do it with a Scottish person. But honestly, the Scots are the best people at insulting. How do you call someone a fucking battle axe? Or just a fucking weapon? How do you just someone
Sounds like
a
a
weapon?
compliment.
That's the greatest thing about Scottish
Is that
insults.
a compliment or
That
an insult?
they're both compliments and insults at the same time. All
Yeah.
of them.
Like calling someone a weapon, like that sounds badass.
You're a
like,
fucking
dude, that guy
weapon,
just
mate.
destroys shit. He's a fucking weapon.
I just genuinely, Scottish people are the best people at insults. There's just no one better in the world.
Like in Australia, if someone is absolutely awful, they're a shit cunt. If they're absolutely amazing, they're a sick cunt.
I just-
Language is interesting.
Much like New Orleans would be the only city that I want to visit. If I, in my entire life, if I would only get to see one other country anymore, it would be Australia.
Yay.
I actually think very often about moving to Australia.
You know,
What is the internet?
not a
Is the
fan-
internet not bad enough for you?
It's terrible, but I don't play MMOs, so I don't really care.
Actually, I just got first world internet not too long ago.
I
Which
watched the video
also,
on that.
I live in Germany, so our internet is also shit. We have Australia level internet.
How is the
I think,
AOL for you, Australia, man? Or whatever
Here's the
you're-
thing, though. You have shit internet, right? But because you live in Australia, your internet's magnified to like 10 times the shittiness because you also have to travel a huge distance.
Yeah,
My upload
for like
is 1
depending on the
megabyte.
thing it is.
Yeah, there's a reason why like all Australian servers for any game are going to be like 300 millisecond lag at minimum.
Put servers in
um,
Australia. That's how you do it.
So I moved to this.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trying to connect to that server that exists in Australia, you're going to get like shit lag.
I moved to my
So you trying to connect to anywhere that isn't Australia is going to
early
be
this year.
awful. Unless you want to like
And,
play with like the Chinese, which you know. You don't
Yeah,
want
the
to
The Koreans.
My college, my desktop was plugged in with LAN, and so I just bought a cheap ass network adapter off the internet. Turns out that I had been at the college with a network adapter that didn't even do 5 gigahertz for like half a year, and I thought it was just shit internet. And then I got a network adapter that does 5 gigahertz, and I'm getting 120 megabits a second. like sometimes getting 6 megabytes a second on Steam.
That's about like the internet speed that's average in Germany, so I wouldn't even
Oh.
notice a difference. German
That's better
internet
than
is
mine.
German internet is really shit. Basically, what we did is we used taxpayer money to build the internet, and then we gave it to a private company.
Yep, same.
What the fuck is it with the fucking governments doing that?
It's the same thing with when they privatized the Deutsche Bahn. It's ever since it's gotten shittier.
It's because the government seems to forget the fucking private companies will do everything on the cheap to profit as much as possible.
Yes.
They don't care.
Oh, except one thing, they will increase the salaries of the bosses. That's literally the only number that's really gone up, aside from like how late the trains are.
Private companies will always try and do what is most profitable to them, which
Yeah.
means that they'll either increase their quality to meet up with competition, or they'll decrease quality to cut corners to get as much out there as possible.
Yeah, and I'm assuming
it tends to be
the
it tends to be the latter more often in terms of like public services, because there isn't much competition.
Yeah, that's what I
Also,
was gonna
public
say.
services,
They
there's
built it
not a
up.
lot of increased quality that you can offer. It's public. It's just
Ever since
generally,
privatised
just
rail
in
lines,
principle,
they've
will not make you any money. That's the problem. You have to make it profitable in the first place.
Exactly.
The liberal government that's in charge here right now is really privatization, and they like cut money from the like schools, and they cut money from the hospitals.
always backfires.
And
That's
then
when
they-
you get right-wing governments.
And then they build a hospital and sell it to a private company. And they're like, oh, look how shit the public system is. We need to privatize.
That's yeah.
Also, when people don't realize is when it's something has been privatized and then you like take it from them, they will trash everything they can out of spite.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you'll just have to basically rebuild.
I
the
mean,
whole
that's
thing.
what the Tories have been doing for decades with the NHS. They've been making it shit so they can make the argument that it's to be privatized.
That's what Republicans have been doing too with like Obamacare. They've been doing tons
Yeah,
of executive
yeah.
orders and smaller legislation acts that like take money
Like,
away
you
from
know
the
how our
from
government
the.
is saying we need to be more European? I honestly think we should. We should make like the French and chop all their heads off with a guillotine.
She secretly tried to red pill her. This is about ContraPoints. She secretly tried to red pill her audience and also misrepresented someone's views, calling them transphobic from a 20-second clip out of an hour or so long video. Okay. I don't know. I don't actually watch
ContraPoints red pilling people?
What?
What is your definition of red pilling? That's my question.
Secretly
I
trying to red
fucking
pill
hate
someone.
that term so
I can't
much.
take that seriously.
Yes, it's a dumb
At this
term,
point,
and
red
it's
pilling
being
is
woke.
just whatever your personal opinion is. That's red pilling.
My opinion is we should scrap all our military governments and go into a galactic empire and build space triangles.
From what I
Damn,
understand,
Brady,
red
you
pilling
just
is
red pilled me.
I know exactly what to do.
From my understanding, red pilling has just been like.
to tend against the alien menace will be incel suicide bombers.
I like that.
From my understanding, what red pilling is it's just like you're convincing someone of some sort of like conservative truth.
The only
Like,
there
that's-
are only two things that are legitimately, from what
And
they
as far
try
as
to
everything-
make red pilling out to be, that it should be considered red pilling. That is,
Isn't ContraPoints part of like RedTube? Isn't she like
telling
actual like
people
socialist?
that
Socialist?
vaccines
Yeah.
do
She's-
not
she's
give
more left, yeah.
retardism, and I'm gonna die here. And the Earth is in fact a oblate spheroid.
What?
I love the pill meme in general, though. Just putting like, calling it like black pilled and iron pilled and all of that.
It's just woke. It's just woke for fucking Republicans. That's all it is.
Have you
It's
seen-
woke.
But I love the pill memes when you say them ironically. This is
Yeah,
why I
they're
miss.
funny.
This is why I miss Layman making videos, because
The
all of
clown
his
pill.
videos are just insanely ironic, and in a way that it's like he just does cringe memes because he finds them funny, and that makes them not cringe. That's the. I miss Layman, is what I'm trying to say.
I didn't watch a lot of his content, but I've seen a couple of his things. I liked a few of his videos he did.
Layman was the
Um,
first big YouTuber to actually follow my channel.
Oh,
I did a
nice.
response video to him saying
I
that he
remember
was
he did a good video that I saw that was on postmodernism. That was essentially
just
he was, I think it
taking
was a
apart
response-
Armored Skeptic.
Yeah, because Armored Skeptic did a really bad video. On
I
it.
don't. I always like resubscribe to Armored Skeptic, but I just can't. I don't like his. I don't find his content interesting, and I don't like his delivery.
I get that. Yeah.
Which is this. It's like a certain style. It's a very old-fashioned style that I think a lot of people are into who are nostalgic for the YouTube atheism days. But I feel like he doesn't have. Like, I've never watched a video of his and said, "Oh, this is something new that I hadn't thought of before." And it's all like I always when the humor is always a bit like I see the joke you're going for here, and like 10 years ago I would have laughed at this, but now I don't.
Yeah, I think
That's
that's pretty accurate to his content.
Which I do. I pretty much
I like his movie reviews. Like his movie reviews are usually pretty funny, although he has not the best taste in movies sometimes.
I don't really watch movie reviews a lot. I am a huge follower of Shoe on Head. Like I follow literally.
Oh yeah.
On her main channel and also on the Brainlet channel.
Irony when your girlfriend pulls all your fucking viewers away from.
What do you mean pulls? She had more subscribers in the first place.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, she did like,
Yeah.
but that's because she's like an insanely hot girl with good takes and who is actually funny.
Yeah, she
I
is.
used to watch Skeptic.
I always like the description that
both
that she did to herself, where she says that she's basically just Chris Ray Gun without the penis.
Yeah, no, and also without the incredible editing skills.
Yeah.
Like Chris
That's
Reagan.
true,
Yeah.
Chris Reagan.
And the musical talent.
But Chris Ray Gun made the same joke, which was funny. So
Like they have the same humor, which is like
yeah, exactly.
probably like Chris Reagan and Chuanet are like the only two YouTubers where I will
Listen,
just
she
stop.
just
And
got
John
1080p
Tron.
video now, so it's only a matter of time before she becomes like a master at After Effects.
I never liked the low resolution webcam style.
No, I just like the meme about it.
Yeah,
I voted in favor of keeping that because I think it's a meme.
I thought when I saw her with like different hair, I thought, fuck, did she break up with fucking Armored Skeptic? Because usually when you do that, it's after a
Different
breakup.
hair?
No, this is breakup hair. It's a known phenomenon. If you break up
No,
with
dude, they're
someone,
married. Like
they're married.
yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're married.
She still refers to him as a boyfriend, though.
Oh, actually, no, I think they're actually engaged.
Burger was like,
but
"God damn
they
it!"
are engaged.
Married.
I remember that happening.
There's
I don't
this
know if they got
fucking
married or not,
couple
but I just
in
kind of
my
assumed.
College unit.
It's actually like one of the YouTube couples where I go, I approve of this.
Excited about
Yeah.
breakup hair.
So there's this couple in my college unit. Holy fuck, they're funny. There was one day we had this thing. The college all went out, played croquet, drank, and then they went to a different party and drank even more. And so they came back, and at 2 a.m., the girl's like, "Oh, does anyone have anything to like clean my eye makeup up?" Bradley goes, "Yeah, I think I've got something." Goes into his room and pulls out like a bag of Pino Clean kitchen wipes.
Oh my god, he blew himself up.
Yeah. And all the girls start screaming at him, and then he starts screaming back about just like close your fucking eyes. And at 2 a.m. they're screaming at each other about whether or not you can use Pino Clean to clean your eye makeup off.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's basically like kitchen wipes.
I don't know why
Wait,
you wouldn't do
what?
it. I use makeup so
Eyelids or
rarely.
the eyes itself.
Oh, I don't even know. That's what they were arguing.
Like cleaning your eyes. Then yeah, that's gonna fucking sting you, retard.
No, but seriously, genuinely, if you have someone in your life around you who just radically changes the way their hair looks, that is very likely to be because they're trying to be a different kind of person, a different person. This is
I get that.
everyone I know. This is just the easiest, most drastic change you can make to your appearance. It makes you feel like you're a different person somewhat. I know I did this after my breakup. My ex did this after the breakup. a lot of people do this all of the time. It's like when you see
Yeah.
someone who changed
I
their
mean, I know
hair.
people who change their hair a lot just because they want to. It's just because they
Yeah,
feel
that's
like they
also-
need to change, but
but-
it's not necessarily like
At
my
one point I
fiance
had-
will like color her hair like all the time.
There's a certain subset of people who just likes having different hairstyles. But if
You know
people,
what? Maybe you're right though. Maybe she like broke up with her other boyfriend that I just don't know about.
the man you are cucking.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually need to go to the hairdressers soon. I saw a picture of me in a photo album from when I had like really quite short hair, and the I think I could call her my girlfriend at this point. Was like, yeah, I think I would have liked you in high school. I would have been attracted to you. So I kind of I feel like my hair's gotten too long at this point.
I had long hair at one point, and then I cut it all. And you've all been on about when you go for a drastic change. It's like, did I break up with myself?
Yes.
Long hair gang.
all of-
Keep the hair long.
No, but literally when I used to have.
The only reason I did it is because I want to try and.
I get
sing-
long hair because I don't like going to the hairdresser.
Let me
that's
see if
why
I can
I
find an
started- I
old
just
picture
hate
of
cutting
me.
it. But then I
but-
started getting complimented a lot by my hair, so I just kept it because it's beautiful.
I
need a
always
haircut.
hated haircuts. I got a terrible one. I'm like,
Mm.
right, fuck this. I'm not getting a haircut again.
I haven't
This
cut
was
it in 4 years.
Early high school, and everyone would be like, "Jared, cut your fucking hair."
It was the
I'd be
opposite.
like, no, fuck off.
I'm
I
sorry,
kept
your
going
name
full
is
Nazi.
Jared, not Supreme Fag Cancer? That's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
I feel
no,
lied
this is
to,
a new
honestly.
one. Oh, this is a new one.
Oh, hey, you know who apparently broke up that I only am just now learning about?
Uh-huh.
Chris Raygun and
Lacey Green.
Oh no.
That was ages ago, my man.
I didn't hear about
Oh
it.
no. I didn't.
Well, because she like dropped off the face of fucking YouTube and Twitter for like 6 months or longer. No, it was longer. She hasn't been on like all year.
Where's my
She like
fucking-
just released a video like for the first time.
I'm genuinely just... I was super surprised when that even happened.
I've just had a thought. I've just had like one of them shower thoughts sort of things.
Mhm.
It's like the resurgence of Minecraft videos, like the internet's version of a midlife crisis.
No, it's just like
Oh
it's
yeah.
a good game. People like it.
Yeah, but like it used to be really big on YouTube. Then it
Oh my
stopped, and then
goodness.
all of a sudden it became big again. And I'm like, is this like the collective, that sort of generation all having their midlife crisis?
Okay, everyone, avert your eyes. This is a picture. This is the most recent picture I could find of me with long hair because there's not a lot of pictures of me in existence. I must have been like 15 at this age, but this is the haircut I had for like until I was 17 when I decided to go with the current one.
Oh yeah, that looks familiar.
And yeah,
So
and
what's your band's name?
Yeah.
it's a Supreme Fag Cancer actually. No, I was I changed my hair and like people just immediately started reacting to me differently. It was like all of the girls in my class and my grade reevaluated me simply because I changed my hairstyle.
Long hair usually.
Man, I fucking
indicates
wish
more
that happened
that
when
you're
I got my
clean
haircut.
and
I don't
lazy.
know. It was like the opposite. When I grew my hair out, everybody started noticing that. They're like, "Oh, you got long hair. That looks pretty good. You keep that."
But I do
Everyone
need to
hated
go
my
to the
hair.
hairdressers at some point.
To be honest, in high school, I like kind of hated my hair as well. But if I got my hair cut, that would mean that they were right all along. And I'd been
Berg,
making
I'm gonna
a
be
mistake
honest with you,
growing
man.
my hair out for 2 years.
Berg,
And I
I'm gonna
could've
be
had
honest with
that.
you, man. That photo of you looks like a transgender Ellen Page.
And people you
Jesus
did
Christ.
used to. There's a couple pictures of me where I do look like a woman. Let me see if I can find one of them.
Oh fuck! All
Oh,
right.
dude, same.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm gonna put in a.
Real men wear children's clothes and have long hair. By God.
Holy! Shit. That's a.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, no, that's Anarcha.
Yeah.
Is that Anarcha?
Oh, you fucking
Yes.
bamboozled me.
That 100% looks like a woman.
Yeah, I know.
That is. I don't believe you. That is just a woman.
I know. That's a picture of me.
That's his
usually-
mom.
I usually don't look. Yeah, I do look like a lot like my mom.
You just straight up look like a woman.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
just
Full
what
shirt
the
does
fuck, Anfash.
I know. It's funny as fuck.
This is.
Oh
in-
my God.
I look like not a woman so much as a Native American in this one. And it's also sideways for some reason.
What the fuck you?
I just look Native American in this one.
No, you don't.
Why?
No,
you Native American in the slightest.
I
No,
actually
yeah,
Look how white your fucking skin is, dude.
There's a lot of white Native Americans. I'm not talking like actual Native Americans. I'm talking like 21st century Native Americans.
Yeah,
I guess.
You
I mean,
look
the
like
only
this.
Native Americans I know are Navajo. So.
Like, you mean like Elizabeth Warren? Like, is that the level of Native
No,
American
it's
you're
like the
talking about?
long dark hair and the sort of hint of an epicanthic fault that I apparently have.
You just
Oh,
look like a
no.
rejected member
You
of
look-
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, you just look like a guy who has long
like,
hair.
it's not.
Look at this shit though.
Like you look like my brother when he had
You
like
look
long
like you
hair.
teleported from an acid trip in the '70s and just showed up here. So
Look
like,
at
you
this.
know.
You can't tell if that's a boy or a girl. You cannot tell. Except
Yeah,
you know.
that last one.
I'm fucking trying to look like a girl.
That looks like a boy to me. Like the Adam's apple gives it away.
Yeah, that's always been my downfall. Let's see. This is
Sorry, Avery, you don't pass very well. Oh shit, I'm gonna get canceled for that.
Get canceled.
My problem
Receive
is I
cancellation.
cannot get rid of my beard no matter what I try.
Just burn it. Have you tried burning it yet? Use
Actually, I have.
fire.
Speaking of
Don't-
cancels, you guys see the new Dave Chappelle thing everyone's talking about?
I saw it like yesterday. I thought it was good, but it wasn't like the I was promised some kind of groundbreaking comedy. It was good, but it wasn't
No,
just this fantastic thing.
no,
I
it was
liked
normal
it.
Dave Chappelle level
Yeah.
comedy. There was a couple of jokes
Yeah.
in there that were really fucking funny.
Well,
Oh
here's-
yes.
the
here's the
jokes
thing.
that people got really upset about, I just don't get it.
here's why I think it got the reaction it did. I think it's twofold. If you look at any of Dave Chappelle's work post the Chappelle Show when he disappeared off the face of the earth, it's not been that good.
I disagree. The
And-
last special he did was really good.
I
I didn't think so. If it's what I remember, he was like way too fucking high, and like he was
No,
like,
I'm talking about the
noticeable.
one like where he makes the jokes. It's like, listen,
If he rapes, he
Donald Trump
saves.
isn't working for you. He's working for me.
Yeah, no. So the last group of specials, there's one good one, which I think I remember that one. There's one or two, but there's a couple others that weren't. But like comparatively to like the '90s and stuff, it hasn't been the same. So I think part of it is that a lot of that I think kind of like was more like his.
No,
old humor.
people didn't like it specific. Like people tell you why they didn't like it. They don't like it because he makes fun of trans people in it.
No, but I know. But the reason I'm saying why
Does
this
he really,
recent,
though?
not why people don't like it, why people like this one, not because why they like it particularly well. I think part of it is because it rekindles like a lot of what his old stuff was, and because it's offensive.
So you
all
mean
the
why
boomers-
people like
all
it?
the boomers,
Okay.
all the boomers are like, oh look, he makes the edgy humor that we're not allowed to make anymore. See, because they all have this.
I mean, all the
mindset
jokes that I
you
thought
can't-
were really funny in there were things that were not things people got upset about. Like the things people got upset about, like some of them were funny, but it mostly was just like hit or miss with me.
Yeah.
Like the jokes I thought were
Yes,
funny
yeah,
were like
yes.
things he like compares the opioid epidemic to like the crack
the
epidemic.
crack
in the
epidemic,
80s.
yeah, that and the gun thing, right?
He's like, and just like,
Yeah.
and just, I feel like a white person, like a rich white person back during those days, because just like then, I don't give a shit.
I laughed so hard at that joke. I actually had to
Yeah.
like sort of stop the special because I was just almost on the floor. I fucking love that joke. It
That
was
so good.
a
It works
really
on so many levels.
good special. But seeing that people are talking about Minecraft in the comments, have you seen the video posted by JXE where he proposes this method of how to make Minecraft like
yeah.
infinitely interesting by just adding
I
sort
saw
of
that.
randomly generated ores and items and shit? That is such an amazing idea.
Yes, I want it.
That's like a principle that you could apply to a lot of games. Like Starbound does it to an extent, but then they went ahead and just made most of the interesting gameplay. They put it into these, like, they're not randomly generated monsters, but the ones that appear in several biomes. With Starbound is one of my favorite games. I play it a lot, but I think
Yeah, I am.
I think that there's a lot of shit to be done with procedural generation, but a lot of games just decide to do everything as procedural generation,
Yeah,
and that
procedural
is bad.
generation is a very lazy thing for programmers to do, actually, because it's a lot easier to do a procedural generation for a type of level than it is to actually hire level designers to like plan out actual interesting encounters.
Yeah, but that, if you have like levels in a game, you shouldn't be procedurally generating them. But like exploration games, they always they procedurally generate the wrong things. I feel like if you could actually have like, for instance, they had this. I think this it generated this ore JXE, which is called IG, and it's you can only find it in sand. And you can eat it, and it takes away your hunger. You can enchant weapons with it, and it makes your enemies slow. And you can make tools with it that are like slightly below gold level.
Levels are the thing that most people procedurally generate. Like that is what
Problem with
like
Minecraft
most things are like.
is
I have a
that
game
they
that like
always
it's like a
diamond.
game where you have like a roguelike. Roguelikes are always almost.
But
always
sometimes
procedurally
it
generated.
works. Sometimes it just works. And in Minecraft, it works also.
Sometimes it does. Yeah, it depends on the game. Like
If it is an exploration game, it works.
Survival.
What was that?
Survival.
Yeah, survival games like a map on survival games
I
are usually
think
fine.
procedural
But that's more
generation,
because
you always need like a core, like a hub. Hubs should always be like crafted, like by like developers and whatnot, by an actual team.
yeah, like Rust is procedurally generated, and I play the shit out of that. And that there are hubs in the form of like monuments, so people will usually build around those monuments because that's where you get like scrap to like research shit.
Mining away.
And of course, that's how you get most of the PvP and people teabagging you and saying China #1 in your face.
But by actually like randomizing some of the mechanics, it makes things a lot more interesting. And also, it's like, I don't think you can do that. People do it with like procedural generation with competitive games. And that's just the dumbest idea that I've ever heard. Don't ever do that. But there's a lot of very good procedural generation. And for instance, like the weapons in Borderlands. Holy shit. Just procedural generation in items is something that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
As long as it is actually like well done, like Borderlands does.
Yeah.
Fucking love that.
But if you can have like procedurally generated monsters and like ores and tools and whatnot in Minecraft, oh yeah, exactly. You can you can make a compass out of IG, with which you could find your nearest IG deposit in the sand. That's also pretty cool. And yeah, there's a lot of
boys.
cool shit in that. Yeah, but I probably disturbed some discussion that was way better. What is the context behind this picture of the glowing man?
Oh, yeah. The first one is a picture of Terry, whatever the fuck his name is, and then that's a glow-in-the-dark CIA nigger.
Oh no! Okay, so that is like retouched, because I know that one of the patrons has this as a profile picture, but in yellow.
Oh really? Yeah, no, they're just memes that I saw and they were funny, so I posted them.
Okay, I think I just realized how likely it is I live near a couple of weebs, right? Because you know how sometimes you can go through all the different Wi-Fi's in your area just to see what people have named it and shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got two here that stand out to me. One of them is Chobits, and the other one is Shinji Get in the Wi-Fi.
Jesus.
Well, they have names and addresses, and you should write them down, just for note. You know.
Do you have freestyle?
Post their IP in chat.
Yeah.
Don't actually do that.
Do not do that. The Burger Creek does not condone.
No doxing. Doxing bad. Don't do it.
I actually, my Wi-Fi is actually just called Your Mum. Which is also my name in WhatsApp. Like when people invite me to WhatsApp groups for like planning shit, and I'll just write stuff with like most of the people that I don't know. It's like, oh, who's this your mom character? That's pretty offensive. It's like,
Why is that offensive?
Has someone called it your mom joke offensive?
is that
Jesus
how is
Christ.
that how you talk to your mother?
What's so offensive about your mom?
She was Hitler, so I think that's a big one.
My Wi-Fi is only just holding up right now, and it's only like working just well enough to stay in the Discord chat. Everyone's robot voicing.
Yay.
Good.
Roger.
Roger. God damn it.
Gang.
Check it out.
Robot gang.
We'll cover you.
Girls go absolutely crazy for the Doom Aloner type, the guys with the keys in a lanyard around his neck, who is always listening to Cumtown and has watched each John Wick movie 12 times, who takes night walks because he can't sleep anymore. They love that guy.
Listen, every woman in the audience just got wed. Both of them.
I listen to Cumtown a lot, and I do take walks at night, so...
I have keys on a lanyard, but that's for convenience sake.
What is the keys on a lanyard? I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Like car keys that you keep on a lanyard around your neck.
What is a
Wait,
let me see.
cock
Let
A
me
lanyard is
Google
like a
lanyard.
strap that you put around your neck to like hold a thing.
Oh, a
Like, you know,
keychain! A keychain!
Lanyards
Not
are-
exactly like a
Yeah,
keychain.
fuck,
The keychain is
fuck,
like something you
Keychain
attach to
is
your
metal.
keys.
You know
lanyard-
how
A lanyard is like a
Convention?
piece of like nylon that you put around your neck to wear your keys like.
Just put your fucking keys in your pocket, you fucking degenerate!
No.
There is a
Oh,
pocket specifically designed for your keys.
No.
It is in your jeans.
There
It is on the
I put my
right
keys in my
side.
pocket. I don't
have
do that though
jeans.
whenever I'm going to
Jeans
work
are
because I
shit
have to
for
wear a
anything
lanyard anyways for my
comfort-wise.
badge.
Yeah, I've never worn jeans.
Like jeans are the best thing.
I have
for
a
me.
lanyard that has like a little like
Pick
clip
pocket
on it, so you just
colors.
unclip it, plug it in your car. It's way more convenient.
Like honestly, the amount of stupid teenagers with like skin tight jeans and their phones hanging out has made me want to become a thief. It's so fucking
Yeah.
easy.
Fuck skinny jeans. You can't move in those things.
Listen, fuck skinny jeans on anyone except unless they have a good ass. Then they should wear it.
I have a good ass.
Well, there you go
I
then.
just wanted to point that out. I don't wear skinny jeans, though.
I don't believe you have legs. I've never seen them.
Let's not
Well,
start
it's gonna
that.
be the
Yeah,
meetup
good
soon.
point.
Someone's gonna take pictures of my
Um,
legs.
If no one takes pictures of your legs, it's proof that you don't actually have legs.
I actually have fucking like massive calves.
Yeah.
It's just
Don't you
it.
need to constantly buy new pants because you're huge?
No, but the crotch area does get like ripped quickly.
Oh, that always sucks.
Yeah, I hate that.
Your crotch gets fucking ripped open.
Because
I
I
have it more
man
than once.
spread so much that it breaks. No, but like I have just like I've always had these just enormous calves, and
Those thick boy
I don't
problems.
really work out that much. It's just
also have
they're the calves that a lot of bodybuilders wish they had.
See, I have like thick thighs from like doing squats, and also because I like donuts and soda. So
No, but thighs
I
are
have
different than
enormous
calves.
thighs,
You
but they're
can
all fat.
you can work on your thighs, but calves you can never increase the size of. That's the problem.
I don't know. I've seen people with some thick ass calves, dude. You gotta just do those like what are they called? You put like weights on your shoulders and
That
you
blow
like
wings
tiptoes.
off the cunt game.
I don't know what they're
Oh
called.
yeah,
but
yeah. No, there's ways to like strengthen.
I
it.
see. I know
All
people
my
who
fat
got some
goes
like
to my
big
legs.
calves.
Or you can strengthen your calves, but you can't make them bigger.
Really?
Yeah, you can. The muscles in them get bigger.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like it works as any other muscle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can just not.
Calves are the one thing that
Oh,
for some reason you can just only make them maybe 10% bigger. That's the it's like
Alright.
some
Okay, yeah. Well, that's still bigger though.
There's
10%
a
bigger.
there's a Simpsons episode where Milhouse becomes a bodybuilder and he can't increase his calf size because for some reason that shit doesn't work. In the Victoria
It's also very difficult.
So
during
I
like the Revolutionary War era in the United States, calves were actually the thing that people were that women were attracted to because they indicated good genetics. for some reason. So I
So-
would have gotten a lot of pussy in that time.
Are there like bodybuilders that are like super swole everywhere except their
but
calves?
this
They're
is
just
like-
tiny
They're
as shit.
definitely are such
1700s
bodybuilders.
Anglo, like a lot of that stuff's carrying a lot of diseases.
I'm just imagining that now. Someone built like fucking Terry Crews or like fucking Arnie one pumping iron.
It's
but
like
just,
Trump
no-
with small hands.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can do a quick Photoshop. Huge bodybuilding.
Oh, God. I actually need to continue working on the Shadow. I actually GM'd my very own RPG system for the first time yesterday.
Oh hey, congratulations!
Like a
man. How
Mass
was
Effect
that?
storyline, and people liked it.
So apparently, I looked this up. You can continue to grow your calves, but it's incredibly difficult to do, and usually it involves changing your training regimen.
Nice.
And it's very easy to tear them, also, because I've gone there. I have definitely worked out my calves too hard and just fucking tore them to shit.
See, I just
Working
have
on your
naturally
legs at
badass
all.
calves.
Ha!
Listen, when you carry this much weight on your ass, you gotta work out your legs.
Leg day.
I work out my legs every day by just existing.
I don't even skip leg day. I don't even do leg day. Gang.
I've got a nice, strong upper body with like no excess fat, but like all my fat just goes straight to my legs and my arms.
See, here's the
I don't-
thing that
I
pisses
think
me
I have
off
dangerous low amount of fat.
to no
I-
end.
I am skimming the lower end of the BMI.
My core is insanely strong. I go to the gym with my friends and we'll do like the crunch machine and shit. I can do way more weight than all of them. They all have like abs and shit, and I don't. And it pisses me off because like I'm objectively my stomach is stronger than theirs. Am I like the area? Of
Yeah,
where your
there's
abs would be, and
people
I
who just
don't
can't-
have them.
There's
And I
people who just
fucking hate it.
can't get abs. I can't get abs either. It just is not physically possible. You can be way stronger than them, but you just will never have abs.
Mhm. Yeah. It makes the boy sad.
I don't know. I don't really like abs. I know a lot of women who don't find abs particularly attractive. Except one woman I know who finds abs attractive in women, but not in men. I actually have a belly. I have like a small belly. It's very look, what women really want is a man who has a bit of a belly. Just like they want a man who is a
That's
little
me.
bit gay. Because
Nice,
it's just
that's me.
it makes things nice.
Then why the fuck have I never had a girlfriend?
How
It
old are you?
depends
I'm
on the
all
person,
those
because
things.
Honestly,
people just generally
Well,
like
most
different
people
things
just
than other
need
people.
Age, you
Yeah,
need to
obviously.
get around 20s because like the children before that,
Mm.
and they go for the fantasy. And
Are
they
you
realise
not?
it's-
Are you Brady? Are you under 20?
I'm 25.
Okay, you're 25. The thing is, 20-year-olds are also still children. Everyone's still a child. Even 60-year-olds are children.
Well,
This is the picture.
Burger, are you a child?
I'm a child inside.
Okay.
I don't like using that terminology because then that gives like those. Oh fuck! We lost the game. I love this map. So balanced.
I just lost the game.
What game are you playing?
War Thunder.
The game.
Map
I
is
stopped playing that game forever ago.
I'm
At
just
least we
playing
really
Minecraft.
Fly one aircraft these days.
I'm sorry, The Witcher Wild Hunt. You can get it for $9 on Steam right now. What the fuck?
Wow, I should buy that if I didn't already own it.
You can have the Game of the Year edition for 15 euros.
Cool.
Let's see how
buy
cheap.
that.
I would never buy The Witcher on Steam. I would only buy it on GOG. which is what I did. I have The Witcher
Why?
3 on GOG.
Yeah, that's what I
I
did.
actually got it.
Why
on
though?
Xbox.
Is it for like a platform reason or because like?
Well, yeah, because the people who
Ooh.
made The Witcher also make GOG.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
24 and a half.
I have all the Witcher games on Steam because it's just the platform I use.
no, it's their GOG. No, it's their GOG is the gaming distribution platform by CD Projekt Red. Cyberpunk 2077 is also going to appear there, and also on
Already
Steam.
pre-ordered it on GOG.
Because they're not cunts and they actually they actually sell their games to other platforms because they're not dumb. I actually look
Yeah.
forward to Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I like
77
GOG.
a lot.
Oh,
GOG is
Yeah.
usually a good place to get good deals on games.
GOG is nice as
Steam's just a good
fuck,
launch
man.
platform. That's why I like it.
Steam is very convenient. I hate the Epic Store.
Oh yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
the Epic
been on
Store's-
that.
The Epic Store is literally malware.
I like Uplay. Uplay is like good. This is my favorite out of all the distributors.
What are you, some kind of comedian?
yeah. But
You
I- I-
destroyed my fucking laptop years ago, so I never used
Hey
it.
Berg, you hear about them?
I
pulling
remember-
out of Uplay recently.
The what with the who with the K?
They pulled, I think it was Anno 1880 off of Uplay along with a bunch of other titles.
Yes! I wanted to play that game so much and now it's no longer on Uplay. Yes. Wait, is it now on Steam?
You're saying yes like you're happy about it.
No, when it... Oh no, we're talking... Ah, fuck. Wait, what? Well, I'm sorry, I don't...
What?
So it's now on Epic Stores. I was confused for a moment. I thought you said that they pulled it off Epic Store.
No, they pulled it off Uplay.
But I can't even buy the game on Ubisoft's own platform. I have to get fucking...
Apparently, I heard a rumor that
Because I would buy it on Uplay if that meant not having to buy it on the Epic Store.
Yar her fiddly-dee.
You know, it's a good platform, Origin.
yes, most
Ooh.
definitely. My
So
man.
it's compared to the other shit that we have these days, yeah, kind of.
you know what platform was always great? A retail store, and having a disc copy.
No.
where it was a complete game.
No, I don't
Remember
like
that?
retail stores because I can't buy games at 3 in the morning
Yeah.
from my desk because I am drunk.
What
I
the
don't like
fuck am I
retail
missing?
stores because they take 15 minutes to drive through to, and then they don't have the game you want.
I have a GameStop in my
And then
town,
it's 60
in
bucks
the
each.
mall of my town, which is in the middle of town.
Yeah, same. Town takes 15 minutes to get to.
And
I mean,
they don't have any games.
we have the exchange,
Oh.
but all those games that they get are like traded in games. They just have old shit.
I need to finish playing Enderal, actually. It just occurred to me. I need to continue playing Enderal a bit. Yeah.
Yes, game retailers.
I love how the British
What's
seem
the
to
deal?
make aircraft that blow their own wings off under their own engine power.
What? What?
Fucking Steve Aoki was on Rogan, and I'm like, fucking, I sent a message on Twitter to Justin Wang, and congrats on making Rogan, my man.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. Who's on Rogan?
Steve Aoki, and so I sent a message to Justin Wang and said, congrats on making Rogan, my man.
Huh?
Why are allied teams so retarded?
No, right?
Fuck.
Did you hear about this is kind of old news, but did you hear about what was his name? Andy
No. Andy,
Gnocchi?
no.
Andy Gnocchi? Andy Gnocchi? I hear
Andy
he was,
No, yeah. It's a-
I don't know, I have no idea who he is. I know he got beat up for doing journalism or some shit, which is like,
He was like a
Dumb.
right-wing journalist who got. He was like at an Antifa rally, like, and apparently he had said some inflammatory stuff. So someone came up and like milkshaked him, and then like kicked him or something.
the milkshake thing. Did you retouch this picture? It was already perfect.
It wasn't just like the kick,
Perhaps.
dude. It was like a mob beating, and that actually got to the point where the guys got fucking brain damage.
Well,
Wow.
actually,
Playing
might
Yeah,
not be
fair.
able to
no,
tell.
he did not get brain damage.
It's just like
He had brain damage before.
You
It's
might not be
like
able
fu-
to tell because I'm so good, but the first image I put in was actually also retouched.
No,
Yeah,
that
there
was
also
real.
the guy who was saying that like people were putting fucking concrete in the milkshakes.
The whole
Which is
milkshake
the
thing
dumbest
was,
shit.
it's just American Antifa is just the gayest shit that I know.
Point is, he was caught for one. He had a bunch of videos that were misleading. Like for example, he showed a video of this guy getting beat with a hammer, but what it doesn't show is there was someone later released a video showing a couple seconds before that where the guy who was being beat with a hammer had said hammer and was beating other protesters.
Hey, he's a right-wing journalist. What do you expect?
And also, he was caught on camera collaborating with people who were planning an attack, like a right-wing attack on protesters.
Still no reason to attack a journalist.
No,
Yeah.
I don't condone that at all. I'm just saying.
No, I think
he got
Andy
caught
knows
for that
fucked.
shit.
Definitely.
I'm
I think
actually-
other people were too.
I like the
Yes, beating up
idea.
journalists, starting violence for political reasons is bad, which
Yeah.
is why you should not plan political violence with a
Oh
group
yeah.
of
Yeah.
Nazi. Is
Yeah,
the
no,
This is
Andy
so
knows
sad. Can we
honestly, you
kill
want to know what's going to
journalists?
happen if any shit actually starts, right? These left and rights that are being violent, they'll eventually realize that they'd get outnumbered by the normal people who just say, you know what, fuck it, and just get shot up because America's full of guns.
Who's just gonna
When you
go to
start
a rally
really
they don't care
escalating
about and shoot
violence,
people up though? That's
Normal
the thing.
people are just going to gang up on you.
The people who are showing up to rallies with guns are people who are, well, most likely on the right side of that issue.
Well, here's the other thing too. These rallies like aren't constant and aren't big. They
Bike
only
lock
happen
and a
in a
machine
couple
gun
places
of
though.
violence. I don't
In the
care.
United States, the
Gun
vast
up.
majority of it, people just don't give a shit, you know, or they just
Well,
don't
the-
happen.
the
Because like
vast
all this
majority
happens in
of
like
people
Portland
would live
and
under a
stuff.
fascist dictatorship because they don't care. They care about their daytime TV and whether
Well,
they get
no,
bread
no,
on
no,
the
no,
table.
No, I
don't
disagree
think
with
people
that.
That is completely wrong.
I don't think you're. A
No.
lot of people in America are very politically active. They're not politically knowledgeable.
Well, I'm in
A lot of
England.
people
And literally,
can't have a
everyone
pair-
stopped caring. I've actually had people say
I
they
believe
would
that
have
people in
Hitler
England
at
would
this
just
moment,
not
'cause
give a
at least
shit.
some
Like
of
that
happened.
makes sense to me. But in America, people give way too much of a shit, but they just don't know about anything.
Mhm.
I
No,
realized something. I'd love to have like a pro gamer girlfriend, just to defy
Oh,
the
yeah.
stereotype because I
What?
don't. Because I don't play video games that much, and I don't play video games competitively.
What you're saying is you want to get a gamer girl.
I
That's what
am
you're
the
saying.
last
No,
one
no,
alive.
like a competitive pro gamer girlfriend who gets like
Oh.
really angry and vitriolic on people on Xbox, not on Xbox Live, but like in the Overwatch live chat and gets banned for it.
Do you mean like a person who likes video games or a person who hates minorities?
No, both preferably.
Gamers rise up.
But no, I want it because I want to defy the stereotype. I play video games, but I don't play video games that much. I play only like single player games. I'm a very like solitary guy. And usually it's like the guy in the relationship was like, oh, I gotta play this game and then I'm gonna become a professional. And just to watch someone
you're not
fail
Korean,
in
you
that
won't
way
make it.
and support them throughout it is, I think, an experience I want to make. And then they, at the end, they succeed.
I mean, like, you had me a girlfriend, but then lost me at Overwatch.
Actually, I want to play Overwatch again because
I don't get what people's problem with Overwatch is. It's a fun game.
It's because
I-
it's popular.
with the new hero
That's true.
that they introduced,
Yeah,
apparently,
not gonna
with
lie.
Sigma, it's gonna be pretty good. I have a friend.
I
who-
haven't played in a while, so I mean,
Yeah, me
but
neither.
I just don't get like how people don't like it. Like how they hate it. Like a lot of people really hate fucking Overwatch.
I don't see why you would hate it. It's just not like Blizzard often
Game.
sort
Easy as fuck.
of goes for the lowest common denominator, but Sigma, I think, actually changed the metagame to a degree where it actually improves it. I have to play Overwatch again. I used to play Overwatch just a lot.
Yeah, I got kind of bored with it, which
men
I do with like
play
FPS games pretty quickly.
Rising Storm, War Crime Simulator. Let's go. It's my
Yes.
favorite fucking game. Throwing white phosphorus at some poor Vietnamese rice farmer and just hearing them scream. It's a feeling.
Well
Just being
then,
in some trench and getting fucking napalmed. Feeling. Not a good one.
It's a feeling. I don't. It's not a
Yeah.
good feeling though.
No, it's not a positive one. No, I love that game. Though.
Why am I getting fucking retard teams today?
It's probably my
I
favorite
think you
first-person
mean Mongoloid. Okay, please use the politically correct terminology. I'm sorry. I think the term we tried to use is idiot.
Downy.
No, like there's
Okay,
idiot, which is
retard.
like they'll do one thing wrong. That's like you might get that wrong from time to time. It's idiot. Retard is crushing, taking
No,
off.
idiot is a person who doesn't vote.
Is it really? Is that the
That's
definition?
the
of the
original
word?
meaning. Yeah. It's from Greek.
Nice.
Huh.
Just someone who isn't involved in like.
I love how
You're-
that's
you're a
their level.
citizen of Greek.
I love how that's your problem. When right now the problem that we have is idiots who do vote. That's the big problem.
Yeah,
in the
it's,
West.
it's them not doing shit here.
God,
I disagree
I
with
wish I could be in ancient Greece and just fuck little boys because I want to. Like, not even in like a pedophile or gay way.
Jesus Christ. You want to take that one back, bro?
No, it's just because
That was on the record.
it's just because I have to do it
I'm
because
starting to
other
think those guys who rated your stream that one time were right.
is in New Orleansium. It's
they-
I have to do it because otherwise my other rich friends won't respect me. And then in reality, I just wanna fuck women, grown up women. But if I do that, I'd lose all my status.
You gotta impress Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Which, once again, to go back to the initial point of the CIA planting child pornography on your computer, basically what I'm saying is Jeffrey Epstein was probably some kind of hero.
Oh. I can feel someone
Just like the
taking this
person
clip
who
out of
killed-
context when
I
Burger
just
gets more
ge-
subscribers.
Genuinely, the point at which my channel explodes, someone just has to go through literally these
Yeah, it's gonna be so
and take
easy.
all the clips out and go,
It's gonna be so easy.
because nobody knows I'm essentially just trying.
apparently I'm going down with you, so let's
I'm
go.
no. What I'm doing here is I'm just trying to be Nick Mullen, and I am failing at it because this is not the Come Town podcast. This is just me talking to some people. But this is exactly my sense of humor. This is how I talk to people in the real world, and sometimes they misunderstand me. I don't know why.
Listen, sometimes I can't believe when I go to parties and tell people that I want to go back to ancient Greece and fuck little boys that people get weirded out for some reason. I don't get it.
Well, when they drink enough, they start laughing at it. So like,
Listen, I'm
I tend to be quite popular at parties, but yeah, because I say that kind of shit.
Oh man, I wish I could go to fucking
Into
Amsterdam,
parties.
but I can't because I'm a poor American.
I'm gonna do meetups in America at some point.
Sweet. Even then,
Detroit
like,
meetup.
America's a big fucking place.
Gary,
I'm-
If you do
Indiana
one, I'll try
meetup.
my best to make it, but I don't
I'm
know.
probably gonna do my first meetup in like Los Angeles, Santa Ana region, because
Boise,
for, like,
Idaho meetup.
for VidCon. Though I'm gonna do the Amsterdam meetup. I'm trying to get to VidCon London, but I can't get a ticket at this point because of the political situation. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to travel there in February.
That's
Wow.
true. October is the deadline.
You should do
They're
an
gonna extend
Omaha,
it again.
Nebraska meetup.
No, I guarantee you they're going to extend it again because Parliament has just basically usurped.
Yeah, but
ours.
is it going to be like what's going to be happening in like February? That's my question.
Honestly,
So I'm probably
at this
gonna
point,
do,
I'm expecting English Civil War. I've been saying this from day one. This
I'm
would lit-
probably
I
going
hate when
to
people just are
get
just like,
together with a
Civil
bunch
War.
of other YouTubers and do a meetup
I
at
just
that
want to murder
point.
some people. Fuck it.
To
Civil War
like
is
have a London meetup at that point, and then I'm gonna do like an LA meetup. Yeah, it's actually a good idea for YouTubers to make all their meetups at VidCon and just a bunch of YouTubers to hang out. I'm kind of afraid of next week. It's like in a week this time round, I'll be probably dead from alcohol poisoning.
Ah, cool.
Jealous.
I'm considering like just not allowing people to buy me drinks because I feel like everyone's gonna try to buy me at least one drink, and if I drink like 20 beers, and probably a lot of people are gonna try and do shots with me too, I will be dead. But if I allow one people to buy me a drink, how is it fair of me to then not allow other people to buy me drinks?
How is this? You let people buy you drinks until you don't no longer want to drink anymore, and then you say, "No, thank you. I've had enough to drink."
But wouldn't that be unfair to my fans? Don't they deserve me just straight up dying?
We deserve Burger annihilated.
Just for some minor.
We the fans.
Just for some minor courtesy shit.
Well, if you're gonna go that far, you have to give each one a hand job too. Like,
I'm gonna be collecting on that when I get there, Burger.
What's that classic skit of the guy in the restaurant?
Well, I mean,
Who eats
Anfash,
too
you
much
and I are
then
probably.
like 1 mint blows him up.
Anfash, you and I are probably gonna hang out with Buffalo Guy on our own time, also outside of the meetup.
Yeah.
I'm seriously considering just doing sex tourism in Amsterdam and doing a prostitute and getting a prostitute. Like the girl I'm dating, my kind of girlfriend right now, she's actually encouraged me to do that because she's fucking awesome. Yeah, so I might just do that because I've never had sex with a prostitute. I just want to see what it's like.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I'm gonna justify it.
Yeah. No, I don't.
And pedophilia. Where are we going with the stream next?
I like how you're trying to equate those two things. I think now after the pedophilia, right? Prostitution, not so bad.
Yeah, no.
That's why I said it. See, the pedophilia thing was a joke, but the prostitution thing I'm actually serious about.
That's fine. Go for it, man. If you have that kind of relationship with your girl, then fucking go for it. I don't give a shit.
That woman is fucking great. Genuinely one of the coolest people I've ever met.
Where the fuck did that come from? I'm being shot at and I have no idea where from.
Oh yeah, me playing.
Dude, me too. Except I'm not playing any sort of video game.
It's just in America. That's what you're doing. Is just being American. That's what happens. I'm gonna go to the toilet for a moment.
Fight for the rights of
Me too.
And I stalled. I need to get the fuck out of this
Gamers rise up.
I don't know where I am. I don't know which way I'm heading.
Dude, that's
Dials are telling me that I'm going
every
over by
day.
G.
I feel it.
I'm going too fast.
You're too slow. You're too slow.
This is modern J, but just screaming.
How is Sonic as a franchise still like around? I don't understand.
Sonic?
Yeah,
I see
I believe
advertisements and shit for them. Yeah, so they still do stuff. I mean, around here we have Swenson's. So
I don't think they've had a good game in like forever.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic Mania wasn't too bad.
Well,
No. He's talking about the food place. Are you talking about the
No,
game?
I'm talking about the blue
Dude,
hedgehog.
I thought you were talking about the fast food chain.
No, I mean that too. I guess.
Fuck off with your
Sonic's
tail,
fine,
Gunner.
Okay,
but like,
Sonic the fast food chain, it's still around because of the drinks. That's literally it.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the hedgehog though.
The hedgehog, yeah.
I blame the furry community on that one.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, probably true.
Although
But I mean, like,
although in
when I was a kid, like Sonic was just in the shitter. Like Sonic Adventure 2 was like the last Sonic game I played that felt at all any good.
I'm gonna drop some truth bombs.
And even then, I played it and it was
Sonic
bad
was
recently.
Never good.
No, yeah, I the original Sonic's good. Like the older Sonic games.
It was wannabe Mario.
I've never been a Sonic fan.
No,
but boy, do I love Eggman.
I mean, by that logic, like every platformer is wannabe Mario, and also every FPS is wannabe Doom, and every strategy game is, I don't know, wannabe chess.
Yeah, man.
But even then, they were influenced by things. So Mario's probably want to be something else, and same as Doom.
If you can tell me what... My team is dead again! Oh my god! Like...
Good, you deserve it. Playing fucking wannabe Doom.
Yeah.
What the... I'm a bomber, and I'm the only one with a fucking kill!
This entire room just smells of vanilla.
I'm sorry, guys.
What a fucking racist thing to say, Burger.
It'll stop
the
the
team
scent.
is retarded.
Listen, maybe you need to get some more diversity in your fucking community then, if you want
come on,
non-vanilla people in here.
buddy.
What's going on?
Fuck me. Oh my.
Oh,
God.
you've been canceled, Burger.
Yeah, you're canceled. I can't
You're
believe you
canceled.
say that this room smells too vanilla.
Yeah.
No, my room smells like actual vanilla.
Yeah, he's trying. See, he's moving the goalpost.
See,
now.
this is his dog whistling. This is his dog.
This is dog whistles, dude.
Vanilla. More
Actually-
like the pure the white race.
Here's your
Yeah, we know what you mean, Burger.
Here's the best soundbite. I actually turned a child into an involuntary suicide bomber today. So
Oh, how'd you do that? Let's
All right.
hear.
it was a Native
What a
American
Thursday.
kid too. It was a Native American. Today I turned a Native American orphan into an involuntary suicide bomber.
Ah, yes.
A white native.
Wow.
I
Well,
wrote
clearly
a.
this means we need to revoke their reserve status.
I
and,
wrote a
If they're
short.
white, they probably don't have it.
I wrote a short story and about like a guy that's trying to kill like godlike creatures around the world. And one of them that I found very interesting was like there's an Inuit tale about a mermaid who she lives under the ice and she will hum to children when they get too close to the ice. And then she will get out of the water and grab them and put them in her back pouch. And raise them as her own kids. Like, she will steal them, and that's like one of the cautionary tales to, like, don't get too near to the water, kids.
It doesn't sound so bad.
And basically, the way the guy kills her is he takes like a child, like a Native American child, from an orphanage, and he finds the thing. He finds it, and he straps a stick of dynamite to the child's arm and sends it off, and she grabs it and it
Are
explodes.
you sure you're not reciting some like Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner type shit?
That's actually a scene that I wrote today.
So Inuit people like to warn their children stay away from water. Meanwhile, in England, oh, the Lady of the Lake will get held aloft Excalibur, and you become King of England.
That's how it works, yeah.
So my college had to send out an email about the magpies outside swooping everywhere.
Oh, dude. Your eyes ripped out by him?
Nah, the magpies are my friends. I fed one at home.
Oh, alright.
What fed him while he was a baby. Now all the magpies are my friends.
That's how that
He
works.
told the rest of them.
Everyone else gets swooped though.
I made mango maracuja ice cream yesterday, like gelato, and it's not yesterday, but 2 days ago, and it's fucking delicious as fuck. I'm becoming like a legitimately good person who makes foodstuffs.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah,
this
really
stuff, which tastes like vanilla, but also banana and cherry, and a bit of cinnamon.
Dude. I made some Papa's Bravos today. That shit fucking slapped.
I want to do a Dr. Pepper
Fucking love
gelato. I found out the way that you do Dr. Pepper syrup is you take Dr. Pepper, you put it, you put it in a pot, and then you just evaporate it for half an hour, and then you have Dr. Pepper syrup.
Mhm.
And with that, I can make Dr. Pepper gelato, which is just an insult to the concept of gelato, but you know.
You know what I used to do is I used
Anything
to always
is an
soak
insult
chicken
these
in
days.
Dr. Pepper, and it tastes fucking amazing.
I have never
Oh, yeah.
seen a doctor.
Dr. Pepper marinated chicken is apparent. Oh, I think it was Anfash. Your mum made like Dr. Pepper marinated
No.
pork.
That wasn't me. No.
It was
That
someone.
sounds good though.
It was someone,
That
yeah, who
sounds
did
good.
like Dr. Pepper marinated pork. Actually, Burger's cooking episode went. I have an idea for a cooking show that I need a proper set for. Let me actually.
Oh, no.
Let me actually. The idea is that it's called The Anatomy of Cooking, and I actually give you like helpful advice as to how to cook. Like not just specific dishes, but basic dishes. But like the anatomy of the casserole. It's like, okay, so you need like a starchy thing. It could be potatoes, it could be pasta. You could just use vegetables. You could use sweet potatoes, whatever, and then you add this and that, and then you some kind of cheese. And this is what goes well together. But I mix it in with just bullshit advice, which is like I put notes on this, which chefs always say that every dish deserves the best ingredients. This casserole raped 5 kids in Vietnam. I'm not going to pamper it with organic potatoes.
Shit, I thought you were gonna give advice like bad advice like like, I don't know, switch the label between your salt and your sugar. That way, whenever you mix them up, you won't actually ruin your dish. But no, you went just straight full war crime, like raping people. God.
One might, in fact, surmise from my voice and appearance that I did not, in fact, have the authentic Dirty South urban experience growing up. But this might come as a surprise to some of you, considering I am such a gangster-ass motherfucker, but I have indeed only ever visited New Orleans recreationally.
Oh my god.
And
I don't like the context in that.
None of this is real. This isn't even my home. I broke in here. The real owners are bound and gagged in the other room, fearing for their lives. Sometimes I love going through my notes and realizing that I'm much funnier than I give myself credit for. And then I realize that I'm actually not that funny.
No, you were.
Oh, fuck. I just had a Tourette's attack and it spilled my water.
I'm getting aneurysm.
What's this? You always need to get this kind of pasta from gay guys. If you buy it from straight men, it won't have the quality you want for the dish. I've been trying to get some gay people to move into the neighborhood. It raises the property values, but so far nobody has shown up. Maybe it's the God hates fag sign I put up on the lawn. It's true, he does, and I feel like it's always important to inform the world about the inner feelings of your imaginary sky daddy.
Jesus.
I firmly believe that you should know as little as possible about a given subject when you explain it to people. Look at me, I'm a terrible cook, and I do a cooking show, and it's going great. Look at Gordon Ramsay. He took the time to actually learn how cooking works, and now he's unable to even locate the lamb sauce. For years, he would have gotten lamb sauce, like I did, and then I put a lamp oil? What? Yes, I bought this bottle of lamp oil just for this joke. I don't even have a gas lamp. And then maybe put a gas lamp in the background. Okay, this is...
And maybe put a gas lamp in the background. Oh my god.
Oh look, half my team's dead already, and I've only
Alright,
just
boys.
Yes, but I actually, like, my kitchen is really small. And I need something with a kitchen island to actually do that show so I can look into the camera and deadpan deliver those lines.
Fuck, I'm looking forward to that.
Jesus.
You just like you know what you should do for that? Just like take all of the fucking like pots and pans that are like in your cabinets and just like put them all over the fucking counter. Just like have shit everywhere.
I don't have good kitchen equipment. I don't even have
you
a
don't?
wok.
Oh, I want to walk so bad.
My chef friend told me that if I was gonna get one pan, I should get a wok. But
Woks are so good.
But I have like 3 pans, so my kitchen is just the weirdest place. I've had a cheese knife for years. It was the first kitchen implement that I purchased. I only got a cheese grater like 2 months ago.
What?
Yeah.
I can count on my hand the number of times I've actually used a cheese knife.
It's
nice to have one.
I have
but
used the cheese knife so many more times than cheese grater. It's insane.
Yeah, if you don't have a cheese grater, it makes sense that you would use the cheese knife.
No. I just get cheese and eat it, and I use the cheese knife.
Just
what
eat
the fuck
cheese.
is a cheese knife?
It's the type of knife that's specifically made for cutting cheese. Like it's not as sharp as most other things are, and it's kind of light. It's shaped in a specific way so that you can like get cheese.
Yeah, post
That sounds like a butter knife.
Yeah, no.
No, it's not a butter
Butter
knife. It's sharp. It's
You
sharp.
shouldn't shouldn't try to spread butter with this because
It's
it
like
won't
a.
work.
It's usually like that. It usually has like a small serrated edge on it, but it isn't so like jagged that it's gonna tear the cheese up.
Yeah, I have a
I used to sell knives, so I know a lot about knives.
Oh yeah.
I got fucking roped in one of those those like things where you like you sell like one thing of knives, and you also get like you contact like 30 of your friends to try and get them to like sell knives too.
So like a pyramid scheme, you mean?
A little bit like yeah, it's a little bit like it, but you don't actually have any sort of like investment into it. It's just like a labor pyramid scheme.
We have the big knife drawer at home.
But listen, here's the thing though. Those were quality knives still. It was a good product. It's just a shitty business model.
I have an ice cream maker, but I don't have a proper cutting knife. That's where the blade is bigger
Buy a
than the
chef
hilt.
knife. Just buy a chef. Chef knives are so useful because you can use them to cut pretty much most things.
I've been told
they're great
that-
for vegetables. They're good for meats if you need to. Although you should probably get a
Good for
bigger
cutting
knife for
a
meat.
But
Oh.
I'd rather
Oh,
use the
okay.
money to buy child pornography. That's the problem.
Well, there you go. It's like fucking. You
enough.
can get a chef
Hey,
knife.
child pornography.
Like if you want like a quality one, yeah, you're gonna have to spend like I don't know, like $50 or something like that. But you can just
Ooh.
get like a chef knife for like
I know,
$20.
I know a guy who could
whatever
probably
your
get me one
equivalent
for
of
the cheap.
Walmart is.
I have a sword and I don't have a chef knife.
Well, just use that to cook then. Goddamn.
Sword's bigger.
It doesn't actually have a. It doesn't actually have a sharpened edge. It was. I am not allowed to talk about this on stream. Sorry, because people who might know the guy might be listening. But it's a cool story. I might tell it to you guys in private after the stream is over.
What kind of sword is it?
It's. I can get it. Give me a moment.
Let me pull. I don't actually have your video up right now.
already have the headphones.
I'm gonna pull up the video.
I've got a really cool box cutter knife.
I pull the video, but I'm pulling 7 Gs right now.
I used to have like a really shitty sword because like I was broke as shit, but I still was at like a MegaCon and I wanted to buy some.
I had a lightsaber.
I have
It's
been
like a
told
sword,
that
except
this
plastic.
is a Balearic
Yeah.
arming, like mercenary sword.
It's an arming sword.
It was actually custom made for me.
Fuck was pointing that.
Um,
Oh, let me look. I
and
gotta
probably
pull up
also
fucking
very
video.
expensive. It's historically it was a two-handed sword, but for modern people it's a bastard sword. Like it's a one and
Oh,
a
it's
half
a hand and half sword. Okay.
And my two hands already grab the hilt, so I can't really do much with it. I can use it in one hand, but the tip gets a bit heavy. So now I'm gonna put this
That
away.
yeah,
and
that
put my
looks
headphones back
that
in.
does look like a bastard sword. I'm looking at it right now.
The fact that I own a motherfucking sword that I was
is a
gifted.
sword.
I didn't buy this sword. I was gifted this sword.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you told me that story. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, please don't repeat it on stream because, I don't know, maybe, like, people who know the person will be watching the stream. And he
That's
wants
a
it to keep.
decent-
He wants to
People
keep
watch
it
the
secret.
stream.
No, the thing is, always try to keep quiet that I'm a YouTuber, but people, it always sort of arises in conversation. Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm a gay sex actor.
Case.
Because it's less embarrassing to be a gay porn star than a fucking YouTuber.
Yeah, it does kind of. Like, I imagine it probably feels like.
Problem is,
But
though,
people
I think-
always,
bragging when you're like-
people are always, oh really, you're a YouTuber? That's interesting. Sometimes I say I'm a writer because I'm also that. Sometimes I say I'm both, and it's like people go nuts about that shit. Because people are generally like nice, which is surprising. But sometimes
The other thing is when you say like I'm a YouTuber or I'm a writer, oftentimes that's just like code for I'm unemployed.
Yeah.
In your case, it's
Yeah.
not that. But
yeah,
a
in
lot
my
of people
case,
will
it's
say
not true,
that.
but it usually is
yeah,
that.
a lot of people will say that because they don't actually make money doing that, but they do those activities in the hope that one day maybe they make money.
Which I think is good. I know that Brandon Sanderson has this bit about he was on like a New York cocktail party and someone asked him what he does and he's like, "Oh, I'm a writer. I'm a sci-fi and fantasy author." And the woman went, "Oh, so you're unemployed?" I said, "No, I am actually on the New York Times bestseller list right now, bitch." Ooh, suck my massive Mormon penis! I just assume that Brandon Sanderson has a huge penis. That's just... if you look at that man, I'm gonna post a picture of Brandon Sanderson.
All right, post it.
This is a good one.
up. Pull up.
No, that's not big enough.
You know, I've just realized, right? They mute me for saying retard, yet that's a nautical term for aircraft.
That's actually true. Look, I mean, if you look at this man, this is just a man who has a massive penis. That's just, you can see the massive penis that he has just on his face.
Fuck off,
That's a bit of a weird spot to have a massive penis, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, was this a gay bar he was at? Like,
He's Mormon, so no.
that doesn't necessarily answer the question.
What was it? Where was I though? Yeah, he had this thing. Yeah, but I'm in this fucking pen and paper role playing thing in my uni, which is just I love it so much. It's I genuinely didn't just understand how much I love like pen and paper role playing as a hobby until I started going there every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually gonna do like outreach and shit. I recruit people for them and shit. I just enjoy it very much. That's also where I tested out my role playing system, and it's also where I, met my current girlfriend. So, and I just met in generally like a lot of cool people there. And I don't even know where I'm going with this. I was going with this somewhere. I was making a point, but I forgot what the point was. So yeah, Brandon Sanderson has a huge dick. That's what I'm trying to say.
Got it. I'm not familiar with him. What does he do?
He's
a writer, but
he's an author. Yeah, he did genuinely. If you're an aspiring writer, watch his series of lectures on fantasy and sci-fi writing at BYU. It's the only such lecture that exists. It's completely on YouTube, and it's really good. It improved my writing more than any other single thing ever. Like, he really knows. I've never read a book by him, by the way. They're on my list. I want to read them. But he just is so fucking smart when it comes to writing. And he has a really good writing podcast that I'm still in the first season of. And I think it's got 32 seasons at this point.
Holy shit.
And every episode is like 15 minutes long. So yeah, it's like he's a big time genius when it comes to writing. Yeah. But I forgot what my point was that I was making. I was making like a really intelligent and well thought out point. It probably
something about how much you like pen and paper roleplay.
Yeah, no, it was before I drifted off into that tangent that I remember.
Was it about big dicks?
No, that was a different tangent.
You were talking. Okay, we were talking about Sword, and then you saying you're a YouTuber, and then that led into.
Oh yes, and just.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, in that thing, I didn't tell anyone I was a YouTuber, and literally, I'd been there for like a month, and someone approached me and was like, "Yeah, well, my man, I know you're not that into D&D," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?" And he had found my "I don't like D&D very much" video on YouTube. It was like he wanted to get an intro to Shadowrun lore, and yeah, and he found my video on it, and then he sort of hold it, I know that guy. And like another guy, he was trying to get an actual.
That's gotta be weird.
Yeah, he was trying to get an actual play Shadowrun podcast. And then fucking his girlfriend sat next to me one day and was like, "Yeah, so my boyfriend asked us if we were gonna buy your merch and just roll up at the joint with your merch on and to see how you react."
That would be fucking awesome.
The
So
day
yeah, people find out eventually.
Yeah.
the day that someone like I know finds out about you, joins your Discord and sees what I get up to and that gay shit chat.
I'm not gonna open that gay shit chat now, but I want to. I really want to.
Oh, it's the only chat I use.
This fucking Discord has so many chat rooms.
Yeah, I love that. I've been
so
wanting to
many.
clean them up for a long time. I told I think it was just before the breakup when I told the mods, don't do anything, I'm going to clean up the chats. And then the breakup happened and I was just a wreck mentally, and I just haven't done it since.
I should not have to scroll my mouse wheel like 4 times to get to the end of the list of like rooms in this Discord.
That's what I love most about this Discord, just the amount of rooms that there are.
It's like, oh, I got a notification so it's one of these 4 chats I actually don't have muted.
I know, right?
I only
Search
have.
through the crevices for those 4 chats.
I
to
shit
see if-
you not. The only one I have muted, apart from bot spam, but that's normal, is the religion you were told not to make, or that you're not supposed to make. Like, that's the only one I have muted.
That's pretty gay, my man.
Yeah.
What, you don't like water?
Do you
Well, to
not
be
stay
honest,
hydrated?
gay shit seems to be one of the more active ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that chat for?
Which one? What?
Just gay shit?
50% of the community that is trans, apparently.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought it was.
Also me.
I finally fucking won a game.
Nice.
The fucking enemy was as retarded as my team for once.
Oh boy.
When a game of 12 people at each side boils down to literally only 4 people actually matter. Because everyone else crashes.
I have a question. How does just Susan Sarandon, right? She's
Okay.
let me see. She's 72 years old. How in the fuck does she still have great tits? How does that happen?
I don't know. Eat right, maybe surgery. I don't know.
Science.
How I would judge her to be like maybe 50.
Drinking like the blood of the unborn. I don't fucking know.
Oh, I should try that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good routine. That's a thing that I always remember from that Alex Jones said that I thought was the most crazy shit he said. The
Giant.
fucking
Oh,
no, that the
fucking
royal
praying
family is full of
mantises.
actual vampires.
Honestly, that's
Wonder,
probably the
actually
one
sign me
that's
the
more
fuck
likely
up.
to be true.
I'd be down for being a vampire.
Oh my god, Susan Sarandon tweeted, "I stand with Sean King." I haven't even read the rest of the tweet, but I already know that I don't like her anymore. How do you stand with Sean King on anything?
Who's
Sean King?
Sean King, Sean King is a proud and independent black man.
Okay.
They're probably the most important black activist that exists. He's just genuinely just the purest distillation of what you imagine a black man to be like.
Okay.
Oh.
That's Sean King.
Oh.
Here's some of the dumbest fucking takes of all time. He's basically a white hotep guy who pretends to be black. And he claims that like his mother slept with a black guy and his father isn't his real biological dad.
What are
That's
some of the good hot takes he's got?
that's
The
I
whitest
don't
girl
it's just
I
yes.
Because so far all you've told me is he's an activist and he is black, but he's also not black.
No, look at the chat.
I-
Look in the chat.
Yeah, seems like a light skinned
Yeah.
guy who maybe has like a quarter African in him or something.
He's
Or, I don't know.
I don't actually probably
He's blacker than Sargon is.
That's true. I don't actually believe. I still don't believe that. Even though Sargon doesn't really have a record of lying,
He doesn't?
not to my knowledge. Just misrepresenting the truth.
Yes, he does do that.
Like truth, like lies by omission. But he's never actually pretended that something is the case that isn't the case. Yeah, it's like he's He was a big Black Lives Matter guy. Sargon was big into Black Lives Matter. He was a huge Black Lives Matter guy. Fucking Sean King.
Okay.
He just has like these weird ass you would like Africans made the world kind of takes.
Oh, like black Israelites and stuff.
And it's
We were gangs and
Like
shit.
Isaac Newton was a black man.
but like less insane than that.
Okay, less insane than that. All right, we're zoning in on who this guy is. I think.
Sean King he's just a massive character. Yeah, no, but Because I saw pictures of Sargon's dad, and he doesn't look half black. It's
No,
like
he
the
doesn't.
blackest thing about him is the tattoos that he has. Because he has just a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah, I mean, I've met people who are black who are like pretty light skinned, so I don't normally judge too much on that. But
Legit, the whitest girl in my high school got a indigenous student scholarship.
Nice.
I don't know if I could get one or not. I'd have probably have to take a DNA test, but I've been told
they had
right
this,
that I'm native, but I have no idea because I look white and I feel pretty white, and I was raised pretty fucking white.
I'm native. To
Are you?
Europe.
Yeah,
I stayed where I belong, bitch.
that's a good point.
My high school had this big.
What
like,
the fuck
yarn
is wrong
circle
with you?
meetup
You fucking idiot!
for all of these for the supposed 70 Aboriginal kids they have, and my Aboriginal friend Jacob went. He came back like halfway through, and he's like, "Oh yeah, so there's apparently 70 Aboriginal kids. 14 showed up, and I was the only black one."
Okay, okay, this is a question, that's probably gonna sound pretty racist, but have you ever met, like, a pure Aboriginal person that's actually good looking? Because I feel like
I
all
don't
Australian
think I've met a pure
Aboriginals...
Aboriginal.
All Australian
Is that-
Aboriginals, not New Zealanders, not like a Maori and shit, but all Australian Aboriginals are just ugly as fuck. And I don't know why that is.
One.
Inbred.
It might just be that I just know very few of them. There's one that lives in my city up here in northern Germany that I know of.
All right, so I looked up hot Aboriginals, and I found 11 of the hottest Aboriginal men and women from BuzzFeed.
They're probably all Polynesian, and they're probably all Jason Momoa and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Please post in chat pictures of specifically women.
Yeah, hold on.
Nah, not really into that.
Just let's see here.
And also hot men. You can also post hot men.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Very cool.
I mean, this is the gay sex.
Why don't I just
chat.
post the fucking article in there? You can look through it.
Oh, but
Yeah, but then the audience can't see it. Then the audience can't see it. They can only see the Discord chat.
Oh, they only can see the Discord? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. How big is our audience right
I gotta
now?
do fucking snapshots because they're doing that shit where they don't allow you to save it as like a PNG.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's just
pretty
Warcraft.
gay. There's probably no one watching this anymore. I would
Probably
be
just-
four people are watching right
Someone
now.
just stopped watching.
What is wrong? What is wrong? Why are you watching this? Don't. Please stop.
Yeah, you're not allowed to watch this.
Fuck,
Go
I've
away.
had more successful live streams.
As I specifically moved these here, like ever since I moved these here, I feel like I'm free to be more offensive in my comedy, which is just a huge mistake that I'm making. That's gonna bite me in the ass. I have hopes that like right now we're seeing the tail end of cancel culture, and my fans are grown up enough that they won't care, and that I am like the first person who emerges out of cancel culture victorious. You know what I'm saying?
Ugh.
Okay, she's pretty good looking. She's got, like, proper blowjob lips. Though her face is
No, I don't like that.
oddly box-shaped.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Let's see here.
But she has very light skin, so...
Most of the people on here seem to be men.
She has pretty damn light skin. That's the... she's
Yeah,
probably,
most
like,
of these people
half
are
white.
light skinned. Most of these people are light skinned
Yeah.
or like almost white.
I mean, I'm not into... That's not actually true. I have seen, like, a couple African girls that are hot, that are really hot, but they're, like, fairly... They're not, like, Maasai black. They're more like, well, not quite Northern African, but they're more like Ethiopian black, where it's more brown than black.
Okay, I'm gonna stop flying this plane. It's just not the time of day for it.
Should make this
All the idiots are playing
All the
fucking
fucking
allies. I'm gonna play
famous
Germany.
last words by Muhammad Atta.
Time to play some Nazi team and beat the shit out of allies then if they're all retarded.
She also is like half white. Why are they all half white? What's
Yeah.
the deal here?
That's my
I don't know.
because we English raped them all, I guess.
That's fair.
I mean, there was the whole stolen.
That's true, yeah. That's pretty fucked up. I feel like that's even worse than what the Americans did to the fucking Native Americans. Because at least they, to a degree, allowed them to remain Native American. And they just straight up just destroyed all. It's like, no, it's like all of your cultural heritage we will just delete.
There are two kinds of genocide: the Nazi of gas them all, and the British of Britishify them all. Which one's worse? I mean, you make your decision.
I said, well, is this like saying what's worse, rape or murder? It's difficult.
It literally is that, honestly.
I love how when we say that murder is worse than rape, people are like, oh, so you think rape is okay then? It's like, no, you dumb motherfucker.
I think it's very contextual. so
Right. I'm gonna lay an unfortunate fact on some people, but rape probably made Polish look better than most other Europeans now. Because they actually have that genetic diversity in them. You know,
Yeah,
unlike
Polish
England,
girls are
which
hot
is
as
bred
shit, that's
fuck.
true. Like, all of the, like, Polish and Czech girls, they're all in the porns, isn't it?
that is true. There is a lot of Czech porn apparently.
CheckAV.com, my dude.
Honestly, no one.
I think I
like,
probably.
no one actually looks up British women like as a tag. Like,
No,
one
nobody
actually
does.
I
mean,
do.
like, people like the accent. don't they?
I do sometimes because my fiance is her family's all British, and so you know I also have a thing for accents. So
Sorry, your fiance has a British accent.
she does not actually, but her family does. But sometimes she'll do it, and it's nice.
So you have a thing for her family?
No, I have a thing. She looks
I am
British,
on a
and
map.
I have a thing for accents, and she'll do the accent. She does the accent very well.
Ah, yes.
So
I
she
remember
did not grow up
LMA when the
in
Japanese
Britain. She was born and
gaslighters
grew up in
called
Utah.
British.
Are her parents British Mormons?
No, they're not Mormon.
That would be fucking hilarious.
They were. Her grandfather is a British Mormon.
Is
Nice.
America just like a magnet for Mormons?
Yeah,
'cause this
Mormonism
where
is
Mormonism
from
was made.
America.
It's a magnet for Mormons in the same way that Israel is a magnet for Jews. 'cause
Yeah.
it's like the birthplace of their religion.
So, like,
I mean, it's
Israel is a,
pretty
is a
Utah,
magnet
so.
for literally every covenant
For-
fucking religion.
Yeah, sure, but Jews especially.
The majority of kids in my grade at high school were atheists, but then there were like,
That's
like,
weird.
but then
Growing
there
up in
was
America,
like a group
it's
of 4 Mormons and one
See,
other.
atheism is normal in England.
yeah, it isn't here, which is weird because you guys technically are a theocracy because you're a monarchy,
No.
and the head of state.
The
would be
head
the
of
king,
state
and they
is
def-
also the head of the church. This is true.
Theocracy is a. Is
Not
a
only
bit-
that, but the head of state gets their power as divine mandate from God. Like that's
Oh,
still
shores of heaven.
that's still a thing. And
Yeah,
we're a
until-
country
until
that's
they
been like
lost-
founded on
until-
like religious freedom
until-
and just
until the
everyone is like
monarchy
super
lost
mega
that
Christian.
Civil War.
No, it's still a thing though. Like there's like the fucking like when you crown like a queen, it's still done in a church.
I'm gonna lay down some truth on you. Like, I honestly think right now, in terms of numbers, when you just compare Anglican with Islam, Islam is a more legitimate religion in this country.
I have a question.
To be fair, the Anglican Church was made because King Henry just wanted
know
a
why.
divorce, and the Catholics said no.
I have a question that I think that the Australian in the chat will have to answer for. And it's basically just this. Huge fines for Australians caught swearing in public. What are you doing?
What the fuck?
Hey, that'll be $20.
How much is a flight to New Zealand? Fuck.
Dude, another $20 right there. Come on, dude. Clean up your language.
So the thing is, this is
That's basically an extra tax without calling it a tax.
this is a tweet by Orwell and Good, retweeted by I Hypocrite. So I'd like to see the original article because it's by the Daily Mail
One second,
Australia.
I'm looking it up.
It's probably way out of context.
I'm sure it
Yeah,
very
I
much
think we know
is.
pretty fucking shit. Oh god, there was
Let's see here.
You know
I
what?
can't
You know what I
remember
find
what-
funny? People who pull up quotes from Gandhi, like when he's like really racist, and then like say that delegitimizes everything.
Oh, you know what the thing I always
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people are doing now
It's like,
is a lot of people
Then I
a
guess
lot of
we
people
should go to war then, and all our complaints should be through violence.
a lot of people have started doing this thing where they try and delegitimize Nelson Mandela, because towards the end of his pre-imprisonment, after like his first stay in prison, he started doing like government sabotage stuff. Like he was starting to
You mean the
Sabotage.
apartheid government? Yeah, maybe that
Yeah,
was
exactly,
somewhat
that's my point.
justified.
Yeah, but my point is though that people are trying to delegitimize him and calling him like a terrorist and shit, which is insane to me.
The man
my
ended
girlfriend-
fucking apartheid. Chilleroni.
Yeah.
Are they
My
bringing it
girlfriend's planning
back?
to do the same kind of shit, except it's with what's his name? MLK.
Oh god. Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. The Summary
See, this is
Offense
why-
Act 1988 states a person must not use offensive language in or near or within hearing from public place or a school. So anyone caught in New South Wales could be fined $660,
Fucking
or might
New
even be
South
required to
Wales.
complete up to 100 hours community service.
Wait,
While
fucking.
in South Australia, the maximum penalty is $1,250 or 3 months imprisonment.
What?
Queensland
the
and Victoria also
fuck?
enforce these and stand a clearly defined the language as disorderly, offensive, threatening, indecent, and violent.
Ah.
This is from Australian Newsly.com. So I have no idea if that's a good source or not because I don't know Australian news.
None of them are. None of them are. This fucking
Famous last words
Oh.
before arrested for foul language.
yeah. My all
How
I
do
can try
you
and find a
take-
different source.
How do you take swearing away? Like, it isn't true that in Australia even the elected politicians just swear.
I mean,
Is-
like
is that
you
just a
can
thing?
be arrested in like
Yeah.
America for disorderly conduct, but that's not like just swearing. that's
putting
like you're screaming and like
I admit
acting like crazy.
I know
There's-
that
there's-
you're
there's a
not allowed
difference.
to swear in the city of London, like in the proper
not?
city of London. No, Jonathan Pye did a video on this.
That's interesting. That's a very undefined border too, isn't it? Like
No,
the
it's
city of
a-
London
no,
and,
it's-
like London.
no,
large
it's
areas, like-
it's a defined border. It's
Is it?
a
Okay.
yeah. I think it's only certain areas of the city of London where you're not allowed to use improper language.
That's odd.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's an
live
old
in,
timey
like,
rule that just got carried over. I bet.
No, I think they made it was a new rule that was made, but I'm not sure. There was
Really?
Jonathan Pye made a video on this where he was standing in that exact spot and just swearing his balls off. Because it's Jonathan Pye.
there
Yeah.
I live in a Christian college, and the majority of people here swear prolifically.
Of course, they're Australian.
Mm.
God
Like,
damn.
there's all the universities here have their own meme page, and like one.
Okay, so apparently this was already a thing, but the fine used to be $150, and now it's up to like $500 or $600 in some areas,
God
and
damn.
more in others. So it was already a thing. I assuming from the context from 1988. I guess it's just not enforced. My guess is this is one of those laws that exists specifically so police have a reason to arrest you if they don't like you, because there's a lot of laws like that exist in America.
What is this, America?
Yeah, I know, right? There's so many laws that are like things are illegal
Honestly,
just because
right,
like it's a
Democracies
reason if you're being
stop
like
copying America. America
If you-
is
if-
not a democracy.
yeah, like in America it's just like there's laws that exist that no one follows, but you can be arrested for it simply because like you're acting disorderly or the police think you're acting irrationally or whatever, just because they want to fucking jam you, or if you're black, that's
Yeah.
also a reason.
My ancestors would be fucking ashamed of me if I followed the law.
That's a good point.
My like I wouldn't have been born if first the all the convicts had to get shipped over here, and then like my granddad, my dad wouldn't have been born if he hadn't have committed a crime and had to flee the state.
Do Ned Kelly proud and just go tell the police, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get a like metal helmet,
Get a metal
walk around
helmet
the
and
bush with a gun.
So, currently in the Overwatch League, playing for the Vancouver Titans, Min-Soo Seo, Hyojong Kim, Yang Hyun Hwang, Hyun-Woo Choi, Seongjun Kim, and Ju-Seok Lee. For the Vancouver Titans.
Yeah, I don't think Overwatch actually has any kind of like region system.
No, it's literally the team Vancouver Titans. They have the Overwatch League. That's how it works. The fucking Overwatch is such a. This is the dumbest thing that happened. The best region in Overwatch worldwide is just Europe. They have the best players. They are even better than Asia. Yet the Overwatch League is completely centered around America, which is the worst region of Overwatch players. And so, and there's like, I think there's 2 European teams. There's a London one and a Parisian one. And they're both Korean. It's just the dumbest fucking shit. And they don't allow, like, independent European tournaments anymore because they want to focus everything on the Overwatch League. But the Overwatch League is boring as shit because all of the teams, they're either Koreans or they're Europeans who moved to America. Most players, even though most teams in the Overwatch League are from America, most of the players are either European or Asian.
You want to know something ironic about that, Berg?
My dad heard about.
Go ahead. What's the ironic thing?
You want to know what the most popular character to play in Korea is?
McCree.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, well, he's the best character.
Oh, that's something I remember looking at, like the statistics for Final Fantasy 14 is like Nekos aren't actually that popular in Japan. It's Europe. Like the European servers are just massive Makote player base.
Oh goddamn, we're like almost 50 minutes over budget for this episode.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well in that case